Hello, and welcome to this watch along with us here at the USL show. I'm going to be just kind of chilling here on my couch, just watching the match right here. I may end up getting another match going over here, probably Birmingham versus Louisville, because obviously. But of course, we have our first ever Super League Final, and it is a Florida derby between Tampa Bay Sun and Fort Lauderdale United FC. What you see on the screen here is going to be kind of our following along spot. So, as the game goes on, in theory, this should be populating with information, and we can even get a chalkboard and start dissecting what's going on during the match, assuming that Opta is uploading everything correctly to the league website. Now, sometimes the league website gets a little bit buggy, but that is okay. So let's go ahead and discuss a little bit of, first off, our starting lineup. Let's start with our home team, the number 2 overall seed, the Tampa Bay Sun. Tampa Bay Sun, I'm going to go from back to front as it is listed here, with Orcus in net, Hagen in net, or Hagen played in the defense. Same with Hendricks, I'm always mess up her name, Almenadriz. She's in net, or she's in the back line, and then Listro also back there. Gemona is going to be in the midfield along with Moore and Basete and Nielsen, with Flint and Naseo going up into the front. Now, for Lauderdale United, they are the 4th seed. They are the ones that took down the number 1 overall seed, the first ever Players Shield champions. And they obviously took down the Carolina Saints. They are coming out with Morsh, I believe is how you pronounce her name, in the back, Grosso in the back, McNeil, Ansbro, Brooks, Addie McCain, Gordon, Smith, Rajay, and Hamid and Locklear. Now, a couple of things to note here. What we're going to be looking at here is the Sun, and their midfield has been one of the best we have in the league. The midfield has been amazing. They have been tough to break down. They are super aggressive in the press, especially out of goal kicks. Very similar to what we kind of saw Carolina sent last week. They are super aggressive. They want to shut down those passing lanes. They're fairly direct in that sense, where they're trying to create chances and they want to create them fast. Even look at, I believe it was the game winner that was scored against Dallas last week, where long ball over the top, find the space, unless they let the ball bounce once, it goes into the back of the net. That's what you're going to be looking at here with this team. So let's talk about the Tampa Bay Suns path here. So they end up winning, like I said, 2-1, where they get Natasha Flint gets an early penalty, and that would end up being, or sorry, that is after the Sun get a Hannah Davison goal. So at that point, 1-1. And then, as I mentioned, Giamona gets the game winner again over the top, find the space, and one touch shot. That's it. And that's what you expect from Tampa Bay Sun. Super aggressive, super direct. They can work the ball through the middle, but they don't have to. Meanwhile, the more impressive victory, of course, is for Lauderdale United. They weren't even supposed to be here. They get in, and you end up having a 2-1 victory as well. It goes the full length of extra time, and the Ascent get an early goal. Catherine Gonzalez gets her goal, and from there you get Locklear. Suddenly the playoff hero, Locklear, gets the first goal for Fort Lauderdale, and then she gets the game winner in the 120th minute. There were conversations on if it was offside or not. You can check out our preview for this episode after this, because, well, I guess you want to see how accurate we are. You'll be able to see that we thought that she was onside. It looks like there's a Carolina sent player that is holding her on. Doesn't appear to be dying. It appears as what happened. Good call by the ref. And like I always said, if it comes down to a Zapruder film level of detail that we're trying to figure out someone's onside, it's probably fine, especially when we don't have VAR. A couple of things about what's also going to be on your screen. If you look to your bottom right, like the bottom right corner, I'm going to just kind of put some in the chat here. I'm just going to put a nice little hey. It's going to show up on the screen. So if you want to post stuff into the chat, it's here. It is there. I know some people like being able to see the chat. If you're one of those people, it's right there. We are upgrading things. We're making upgrades as we go along. So by the way, because this is a watch along, and for now I'm the only one on. However, in the second half, we will be having some guests come on. It's gonna be a good time. I want to just kind of open the floor and say, hey, if you have any questions to give me about any part of the USL, it doesn't have to be Super League. If you have any comments about what's going on TV, that's cool as well. But get us let's have some conversations. Let's have some fun. Drop any kind of questions, any kind of comments, anything that you want into the chat. Let's have a blast tonight. As we are going to be seeing the first ever USL Super League playoff champions, into which I am going to open up the questions for the chat because this is a fun one. Do you consider this to be the real championship, or do you consider the Players' Shield to be the real champion? I know for me, I consider the Players' Shield to be the real champion. They all played each other 4 times. They did it. They played each other over the consistency of the year. For me, the Carolina Sun are your Super League champions. But some people feel like the playoffs are the way. They feel like the playoffs are the truth in terms of a champion. Who is the true champion? So I'm curious to know what your guys' thoughts. So if you have any thoughts on that matter, drop it into the chat. Before we get too far into this, as they are showing a lot of highlights here. By the way, you should be watching this match live. However, I will be commentating over this as if I am the commentator. I do this a little bit on Hammering Down. It's a good time for me. I always have a blast doing so. But if you don't have Peacock, but you really should, I think they have a free trial. Just get the free trial for today and just delete it later. It's fine. I want to go ahead and thank our wonderful patrons. I want to thank Josh, who is a brand new patron member. Thank you so much for supporting us, Josh. Dylan Reed, William Lamb, Sandy Lester, Ryan Smelter, Matt Capiel, Timothy Meadows, All of the Hedgehog, Kunal Patel, MOS, NF Rush 30, Tim Nosh, Rion Lacara, Stephen Howard, Jeremy Churchman, Alberto Aguilar, Noah Telford, Michael Fuchs, Joshua Duder, John Fuller, Christopher Crone, Frank Anthony, John Hunt, and Harry Austin. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. Thank you, Josh, for being our brand new patron member. It's an absolute just joy for us. And hey, what it comes down to with you guys, what this ends up helping with is the fact that we can go to places like Portland in a couple of weeks. We're only about a month away from our trip to Portland. So, stuff like helping us on our Patreon helps us get up there, helps us create content for you. So thank you so much for supporting us. And if you are not a patron subscriber, that's totally fine. Totally fine. Just make sure, like, subscribe, share along with your friends. All right. So I want to, while we are waiting, I said we're about 5 minutes away from the match starting. I want to take a quick look around the league. Last time I checked, we just had, let me see. Zachary Ryan just took the lead over Detroit City. Abukora, gets his brace. Abukora is just simply that guy. but Zach Martin or Ryan Martin, sorry, uh, gets the gets the 3-2 uh, score basically, with Morrison Bryant being the two goal scorers for Detroit City. In Charleston, we have a 1-0 lead over, or sorry, in Hartford, we have a 1-0 lead from MD Meyer. Hartford supporters group is doing a basically silent protest where they're not going to be drumming or chanting for any of this match, which is very interesting. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. Let's see. It is now 1-1 in Rhode Island versus North Carolina SC. I'm looking to see who the goal scorer was now for North Carolina, but Albert Dequa gets on the score sheet for Rhode Island. Great for Rhode Island fans to see because they have been down on Dequa lately. Fought Mob, I'm going to see if you guys can. Fought Mob thinks that the score is -3 to -4 for Tampa Bay versus Miami. I might put on the game just to make sure that negative goals aren't happening. I don't know. That's insane. That's crazy. um, let's see if that goal score's popped up yet for North Carolina. It does not. Dolabella with the assist, and to Rafael Mensigan gets the goal for North Carolina. Very cool. Wow, 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 wow. Yep. So it looks the Tampa Bay Sun are coming out in a 3-5-2, according to the thing going on the screen, the graphic on the screen, with Almendarez, Hendricks, and Vasete, Listro, and more in the base of the midfield, Naseo, Giamona, and freaking, oh my gosh, Nielsen up top or in the midfield, and then Flint up top. Meanwhile, Fort Lauderdale coming out apparently the 4-3-3 with Grosso, Brooks, Ansbro, and McNeil in the back, Smith, Raji, McCann in the midfield, and Amit, Locklear, and Gordon up top. That's what it looks like on the screen. I don't know if I fully buy all that, but that's just me. Um, that said, what's on your screen right here has Listro in the back line, which I don't fully agree with that. She's a midfielder, so we'll see. We'll see if that corrects itself. We are counting down the minutes until this one kicks off. The looks like a nice crowd out there in Tampa Bay. Oh, and we are gone to a Starbucks commercial. Very nice. Very fun. We'll get there. Well, this match is starting 15 minutes late, and I'm not loving it. I'm not loving it. It's okay. It's okay. I understand we got to build up some hype, but also the hype's been built up all day long. Let's start this thing on time, people. I know it's not. I know it's not their fault, but like, jeez, what are we doing? It's fine. So I am also, like I said, I'm also gonna be watching a little bit of other matches going on over here. Assume my internet, stays alive. If it doesn't, I don't know. Obviously, then it's just dead. Then the internet died, and I'm embarrassed. And I don't know. You're going to tell me to get better internet, which I pay for really good internet. For some reason, just doesn't like me. Shout out Xfinity. I know Xfinity typically is awesome, but I don't know, man. I don't know. What is my wife texting me? That's totally fine. Okay. My wife wants to go to a holistic doctor. Cool. Shout out. All right. Eventually, this match will start. Eventually, at some point, it will happen. Let's see. I need to figure out how I'm gonna like. I said I was gonna watch 2 matches. I want to figure out how I'm gonna do that because I didn't think that through. Because right now, this remote, for some reason, turns both these TVs on and off, except only one of them's on right now. I don't know. It's fine. Looks like a wonderful crowd going on right now in the with the Sun. Wonderful, wonderful crowd. I wonder when we're going to see Amanda Vandervoort show up. Hopefully, she just kind of drops in, just shows up, does her thing. As we see the Sun now lining up, Locklear and the rest of Fort Lauderdale already on the pitch. Locklear is hyping everybody up. She's like, "I scored 2 goals. You're going to score 100. Let's do this thing." So before we get too far, anybody, let's get some predictions going on in the chat. Ooh, I like the Super League badge. I love the Super League Final badge. That's good stuff. Heck yeah. It's the little things. It's a brand new ball. Awesome. Very cool. All right. Tampa Bay Sun are kicking off and we are underway, but they immediately lose the ball in the midfield, and Locklear is away on a counterattack. And I believe that is Gordon down the right hand side looking to put in a cross. She does that into the middle of the box, but it goes out wide, back out to Gordon. Now over to the top of the box. I can't tell who that is off right now. Back out to Gordon, who is looking to put in a cross. There it goes. Then the shot. Cross collected by Orcus as we are all just trying to recollect ourselves. Could not quite connect with Locklear. But boy, what a start for Fort Lauderdale. Tampa Bay has a pretty poor, just kind of, what's the word called? Oh my gosh. A poor moment, a poor dispossession, and it leads straight into a chance for Lauderdale. Now it's a good little chance for Tampa Bay. Doesn't quite work out. By the way, for anybody who's watching along and is using me as commentary, thank you. I am now at the 1 minute and 20th second mark. So if I'm a little bit ahead or behind, just, stick with me here. I'm at 1:30 right now. As Tampa Bay goes long, there is a touch on the wide end. Man, what an amazing looking crowd. I wish I could be there for this. Just the riverfront looks incredible as that ball goes out for a Tampa Bay throw in, as it's now on the right hand side, looking to dribble to the corner to maybe get across. Doesn't quite work out. Another throw in for Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay gets it, throws it in. Lots of space here. Can't tell who it is because we are really zoomed out. It's because it wasn't a real throw in, I guess. Ref is saying something as the ball is thrown in. We are now on the outside of 18. Cross looking to come in. The shot of goes high. Did it take a deflection on its way out? It does look like it did, but Flo appears. Oh, it does not take a deflection. Just skies it from about 8 yards out. What a wonderful chance. And it goes into that kind of second six area where that has been really big. You see a lot of teams driving to the end line and passing back out above the 6 yard box. They kind of call it the second six. And that is a really nice way to create chances and exploit those spaces. As speaking of exploiting space, Tampa Bay exploiting a little bit of the press and the space left by the press by Fort Lauderdale. Then they try to go over the top. Looks like a little hit to the head. Does the referee stop the play? Yes, she does. Yep, looks like we have a little bit of a head injury situation going on here. By the way, if somebody could tell me how to pronounce the O with a slash, because is it like O? Can someone help me? I really don't know. I probably could look it up and it would be just riveting content, but it's fine. So let's see. Is this updating yet? Yes, a little bit. Yeah, we have a little bit of a heat map showing up here. Lots of touches. Everything's populating nicely. There we go. All right, let's look at some stats as we go along here. The left hand side, if you can't tell, is going to be Tampa Bay. The right hand side is going to be Fort Lauderdale on these stats. So they are here. Not really enough to tell you what's going on quite yet, but as these stats populate, it'll be a nice little bit for us. Now we're about to get a kind of a drop ball situation. We are, let's see, ref is going to play it now. Tampa Bay once again has possession, tries to go over the top with a chance. A couple of calls for offside, but nothing given. It's a throw in, yet another for Tampa Bay. I believe that is their fourth of the night. And how are they going to play this? Are they just going to long ball into the box, create a chance? Thought about it. Let's go to the outside of the 18, and that is a corner opportunity for Tampa Bay. This is the first corner of the night. Lots of chaos going on. A possible short corner routine. Not quite. We're looking at an outswinger right now. Hand up. Oh, a little short little roller. Not quite enough to create immediate opportunity, but back to the inline shot. Saved away, but the chance is not done yet. Another cross put into the box. Safe hands from Morche. And a long clearing boot to try to catch Tampa Bay out. Doesn't look quite it. We're having a little bit of goalie wars as Ashley Orcus collects said ball. It looks like in shipping container number 2 has a Fort Lauderdale flag. So they have claimed a little bit of land as there's a ball over the top. This is a chance. Cut into the inside. Any shot taken away? Not quite. Defense held strong by Fort Lauderdale. Flint couldn't make anything of it. Clearance away, but still Tampa Bay ball. We are seeing chances pile up for both teams. Both teams having wonderful opportunities. Neither one of them really able to test a goalkeeper quite yet. Orcus collecting one cross, Morche collecting another or pushing away another. As Indy 11 take a 1-0 lead over Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Interesting. As there's a shot off the top of the box. Flint gets it not quite away. As there's a cross into the box, handled well by Morche. Tampa Bay ratcheting up the pressure. How long can Fort Lauderdale withstand this? We will see as the ball is rolled out, put into the midfield. Now back over to Fort Lauderdale. Over the top, hopefully looking to exploit a little bit of space. Done well there by Fort Lauderdale. I believe that's Addie McCain, or is that Locklear? That's Locklear. Cleared away. First throw in now by Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, shipping container 2 definitely has a Fort Lauderdale flag on it. Can't have that, Tampa. You can't give away one of your shipping containers. What are we doing? Ball is thrown in now, Locklear, and looks like it's going out harmlessly for a goal kick. As we are now 7 minutes and 35 seconds into this match. We are slowing the game down a little bit. I love the badge. I love the Super League badge. I think that's good stuff. And now Tampa Bay working out from the back. What are they going to do with a little bit of space? Well, Fort Lauderdale takes it right away as we try to get a sneaky little through ball. Doesn't quite work out. I don't think that the Tampa or the Fort Lauderdale midfielder understood how much time she had, because there was another option for Gordon over on that right-hand side. Now Tampa Bay kind of plays it back across and now into the middle, where Fort Lauderdale takes a touch. Hamid now over to McCain, to Hamid, back over the top, and kind of cross in. There is a cross, and it is out for a goal kick. I thought that was a corner for sure. It's fine. All right. Taking our time to get up. Obviously, that one did not feel good. The fact that she's able to stand up after looking like she took a boot to the leg, man. I don't know. I'd be crying. Ow. Jeez. We are now going into the 10th minute. Goal kick coming very soon. Or I guess a foul. Yes, they called a foul or offside. I don't have the audio on, so I couldn't tell you. I'm just a guy, just a fella. And Orcus, thumbs up. Yeah. Yep. Plays is short. You're going to see a whole lot of plays is short from Ashley Orcus. That is what Tampa Bay loves to do. As this ball is dispossessed and taken away by Fort Lauderdale. Now, what was that? I guess it's feeding time. They love to eat, man. My cats. And Tampa Bay does not quite deal with that. Now for Lauderdale, breaking lots of space for the right back. Looking, possibly looking for a through ball. Goes out to Gordon, just like at the beginning of this match. Across in, out for a Fort Lauderdale corner. This is how Fort Lauderdale has created their chance earlier on this match. Quick counterattack, go down the right-hand side to Shana Gordon and see what you can create. Now we're going to have Smith taking this corner kick. As we are waiting. Try to give you guys. As that corner comes in, safe hands by Ashley Orcus. Birmingham. Oh, no. She said, do not. No, absolutely not. We are taking our time. But I mean, it is a decent corner in. As this ball is played over the top, Tampa Bay has a chance to get on the end of this one. Now over onto the left-hand side of the box, looking to make a cross. Cross does happen. Well defended, out for I do believe, a corner kick. Ansbro with a wonderful stop. As out in the championship, New Mexico United take a 1-0 lead over Lexington SC. Waiting for our corner kick here in the Super League. Waiting here in the final. Flo in the box being marked by, is that Gordon? Possibly? I couldn't tell really fast. Corner comes into the box, punched away by Marche, but not quite dealt with. Now it is by Fort Lauderdale, but recovery by, I think that's Brooks Hendricks. Hendricks without the ball, looking to get a cross in. Is she fouled? Does the ref give it? Yes, she does. We have a set piece on the outside of the box. Dangerous area to put in a cross. Not as much for a shot, as it does look like there's a Tampa Bay player down, really hurting right now. Oh, I think she said, I'm hurt. Don't love seeing that. Don't love that. As the number 33, which I do believe is, it's not, who is that? That's not 33. Oh, 35. That explains why I didn't know who that was. Nacello. I was like, I don't know who a 33 is. I haven't seen a 33 for them all year long. I was very confused. Lisette, and I believe that's Flo standing over her. A little shove. Love that. Nice job, Hendricks. Way to go. A little bit. Get out of here. Get away from me. Standing in front of the Fort Lauderdale support section. Very cool from the away fans. As a cross is put into the back post, headed back into the top of the box. Won by Fort Lauderdale, but not quite far enough away. Dodgy touch by Tampa Bay. It takes a little bit of the sting out of the attack, but a crunching tackle by Fort Lauderdale. Jasmine Amid with a major tackle to cause another throw in. Tampa Bay looks to go over top, but looks like she was clearly offside, out for a goal kick for Lauderdale, weathering this storm early, weathering it early. Now we have Morche. Is the name already coming off the back of her jersey? That's crazy. Mm. Ball is in play now. Looking to build up from the back is for Lauderdale, but intercepted by Tampa Bay. The Sun now dribbling down the right-hand side. Tackled away by Fort Lauderdale, but won again by Tampa Bay as there's a shot. Wow. I think that the fans thought that one went in, but it was saved well by Marche. What a save. What a save. And just a nice little flick over the top header. One touch. Well saved. That one's destined for the near post corner. Well done, Marche, to keep that one 0-0. Marche. I can't remember which one it is. I'll look it up in a minute. As there is a corner, but it is out for a goal kick for Fort Lauderdale. You know what? I'm going to look up this right now so I don't sound so stupid. I know what you're thinking, Kaylor. You always sound stupid. You're right. You will be correct. I'm going to look at these pronunciations because I never really listen to the games, so I never actually know. I never know what the pronunciations are. That's just me. That's just who I am. As I am looking for, yep, here we go. Tampa Bay looking to win this ball back in their attacking third. Doesn't quite work. Throw in for Lauderdale. Let's see. Do we have a pronunciation? Yes, we do. How do you pronounce her name? Where is it? Where are we? Who am I? Deep questions from me. Let's see. Oh, it's flu. Flu. The FLOU, the O with the thing, with the slash is flu. I should know this. I should know that, but I don't because I'm dumb. That's who I am. Let's see. This does. Yes, we do have a pronunciation guide. Morche. I was right. It's Morche. Ooh, nice little camera angle here for nice little production value. Good stuff. I love when they add the extra cameras in these matches. It's how it feels like a big match to me is when like you get the extra cameras that you don't normally get. Very nice. Tampa Bay looking to recycle the play. Goes long through the middle. Touchdown well by Tampa Bay. Now pass in, shot. Handled very easily by Morche. Handled very, very easily. Fort Lauderdale really having to withstand some pressure. They've done it before. This is kind of what they do. They did this versus the Ascent as well. Only having about 46% of the ball is Fort Lauderdale. Even less now, 44% of the ball, apparently. Yeah. So can Fort Lauderdale hold on and not concede? Because they create chances very early, but they're going to be tested a lot if they cannot get control of this ball or get any kind of if they cannot get any kind of pressure going themselves. They're going to be a tough spot. I don't think this is one of those matches that they're going to be able to 0-0. And they have the firepower to score, but right now they are just constantly on the back foot, just not working out for the moment. As Tampa Bay again, another throw in. It just feels like Fort Lauderdale is trying to survive and create something over the top, which they can do. as they win the ball here. I mean, very stingy in the midfield is Fort Lauderdale. Big tackles, very physical from Fort Lauderdale as they try to go over the top. Gordon not quite able to get there, but a rough header does let Gordon have it. Going down to the right-hand side of the box, dribble, looking to put in a cross as Gordon touched over the bar as Orcus. Obviously, she wants to have a little bit cleaner hands there, but you'll take a corner over the goal any day of the week as we are looking for yet another corner kick for Fort Lauderdale. This is their second or third of the night. And what are we going to get here? I believe it's their second. The first one was handled well by Orcus. What can Fort Lauderdale do to create even more pressure? Crashing into the box. This one does find a Fort Lauderdale head, but not able to direct it goalward. It is a goal kick for the Sun. Let's see. I do need to figure out how to watch the other match for me as well, because I do need to be able to send out updates on the Legion match. I am multitasking. Someone is getting a talk. Locklear was getting a little bit of a talk to by the referee. We are in the 21st minute, but the superstar from last week was the number 20, Locklear, as she got a brace to beat the Ascent as the tackle came in a little bit late. You would know that if you weren't on your phone, Kaylor, as the Fort Lauderdale looking to create a counterattack of their own. Locklear dropping a little bit deeper now. Now going back to the backspace. Now ball over to Morshea, entering that midfield third. Now looking to take a touch forward as the ball goes long, not able to quite connect with Hamid as the Sun win it back, as they are looking to move fairly quick, but shut down pretty fast by Fort Lauderdale. Now going over to the middle of the pitch, but dispossessed by Fort Lauderdale. Now over to McCain, to Gordon, but does not quite get there. Would have been one-on-one with the goalkeeper. As there's a big mistake out of Tampa Bay, but bailed out as Locklear very clearly says, on me. Yeah, I don't agree with that being a foul. I am kind of with Locklear on that. Let me see. I think that Locklear just falls. I don't think that's a foul. But I mean, I would just set play on. What? On me? Apparently, Miss Locklear, apparently, as she is now pressing for now the Sun. Flint holds up the ball, looking for someone to come to. Now they do. Is there a cross coming? Play through. Touch. Shot. Out for a corner for the Sun. Where did that other remote go? I'm just gonna yap. I'm gonna talk. And you're gonna see, I don't know, my lamp. Say hi to my lamp, I guess. I need to find this other remote. Underneath me, obviously. Where else would it be? I'm holding on to it. All right. Don't turn off the TV. Don't turn off the TV. Don't turn off the TV. Bang. As corner comes in now, the Sun have it over to the inline, touchline. Looking for a cross. Doesn't quite get in and is out for a goal kick. You are currently not seeing me, but you're hearing me. Isn't that magical? Isn't that awesome? How cool is that? Isn't technology awesome? And the question is, Kaylor, do you feel like you're going insane by yourself? Maybe. I might. How am I going to sit down? By the way, my wife is out of town. This is not important to you, but I'm letting you know this. My wife is out of town. So I made the decision to change the living room setup. Our coffee table, which used to be in front of me, is now behind the couch, because that makes sense. and it is in front of our window. My thought process is we don't use the coffee table. Who does use the coffee table? When I say we don't use it, like we don't use it. Who does use the coffee table though? Our cats sit on it. So I thought, what if hi Zulu. That's our cat. Um, what if I put blankets on the coffee table so they can look out the window? Because we're not using it. We have coasters, we don't use them. We have these little like end tables that we use. So why would I waste space up here that we don't use when it's a wonderful place to sit and look outside if you're a cat? Uh, if you listen closely, you hear my cat saying something. He is just yapping about something. Good, not alive. As I am trying to put on. Now, if the internet dies, the internet dies. I'm sorry, people. I'm here to multitask. Gotta multitask. As there is a long ball, doesn't quite work out. Fort Lauderdale ball. This is the longest bit of possession that we have seen out of Fort Lauderdale in a while, as almost dispossessed, but not quite. Touched away now. Sun ball. Sun looked to go long over the top. Is Flu able to get there? Not quite. Now touched to the side. Now back over to Morshea. Morshea back over to the left-hand side. Can't see who that is right now. Now over to the wings. Touch, dribble down the line. Well done. Looking to explode. I believe that's a Mead. Oh, nope, not a Mead. That was, who was that? Whatever. It's fine. Now the Fort Lauderdale touches. 2 hard collisions, foul against Fort Lauderdale. And I'm going to have to disagree with that. I'm going to disagree with that one. I don't think so. I do. Let me see this one again. Never mind. Just kidding. Referee, good at her job. Referee, very good at her job. As I am trying to pull up this match one more time because internet kind of crapped on me for a second. That went down. Everything's fine. I'm fine. Let's see how my internet does with streaming and 2 matches going on at once, huh? Oh, crap. There's a shot by Fort Lauderdale and now collected by Orcus, but that was a scary situation. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, my game's over here. It was over there. Now it's right here. I mean, Locklear almost got the shot away, but what a block by Hendricks to keep that one from making it to the goalkeeper. Now is Fort Lauderdale ball. little bit of shoving going on. Fort Lauderdale plays it up. Gordon could not quite get there. Let's see where these touches are happening right now, because that's what I'm interested in at the moment. Let's look at Fort Lauderdale or for the Sun. Lots of touches just kind of everywhere, but look how many touches we already have within the Fort Lauderdale box. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 touches in the Fort Lauderdale box. Goodness, as there's another one. Touchdown inside the box. Shot saved by Morshea. It takes a nasty deflection by Morshea, and it is well saved. Destined for the top left corner after being kind of just misfooted. Does not end up being a goal, but what a chance that was for Tampa Bay. Yeah, I mean, that just takes a nasty deflection. Saved well. Saved well. As we're looking at Fort Lauderdale, you know what? Maybe Fort Lauderdale has more touches in the box than I thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's a lot more touches in the box than I thought. That's on me. That's my fault. Unless this is just both, unless the website is just kind of bugging out. I don't know. We'll see. As we have a corner kick now for the Sun, and the Sun are waiting. They're waiting. They're waiting. The cross is coming into the top of the sixth, headed away by Fort Lauderdale, but not far enough as the Sun get another chance in, headed away once again by Fort Lauderdale, this time by Locklear. Locklear looking to catch on the break, and that's a professional foul. Wouldn't be shocked to see a yellow given here, and it is professional foul. That is our first yellow card of the night to Brooke Hendricks. I need to turn down my volume so you don't hear that match. Yep, I mean, that is a pretty standard foul by Brooks Hendricks, as I just now noticed that Delgado is in net for Birmingham Legion. I know if you're watching this, you don't care about the Legion match, but wow, okay. Interesting. Fort Lauderdale, now with a free kick at the touchline, goes over to that left-hand side. Now over to Jasmine Amid. Amid over to the touchline, passes it back. A touch into the top of the box, across to the back post. Goes over the bar. What a chance there. What a chance. As we are now 30 minutes and 52 seconds in and getting a hydration break. So let's take another look at some stats. When we look at distribution, I mean, Tampa Bay has 81 passes to Fort Lauderdale 77. But Tampa Bay, a lot more direct, a lot more long balls. 21 of those passes being long balls, only 12 for Fort Lauderdale. Both teams sub 70 in terms of percentages. But I mean, it is turning out to be pretty decent. But that Fort Lauderdale, 50% crossing accuracy. Obviously, no goals, but Tampa Bay Sun having a lot better of the chances. 7 shots, 3 of them on target, compared to 2 shots and 0 on target for Fort Lauderdale, with 6 shots in the box. I mean, it is just, I mean, Fort Lauderdale's just ready and so gracious that this hydration break has come through. But Fort Lauderdale has been stingy in the midfield, 7 tackles. I feel like a lot of them have been in that midfield area. Have not missed a single tackle yet, apparently, with 10 clearances. Again, just kind of showing the pressure that they've been under. Only 1 yellow card and only one yellow card, only 1 foul, apparently, by Tampa Bay Sun. So there is that. Possession evening out a little bit more, with only 51% going toward the Sun, with almost 49 for Fort Lauderdale. So that's evening out a little bit more than I thought it would be. Waiting for this match to kind of start back up. I'm getting a lot of notifications. Let's see what's going on. It is. Hopefully you can hear me now. It is now 2-1 FC Naples over Chattanooga Rebels. Their third and final time that they'll play this season, and I am really hoping, just to be honest, that there's another fight. Got to be honest with you, as the fight is going to Fort Lauderdale now. With they are able to clear it away, but once again, the Sun, that long direct ball over the top, causing some issues, but a counterattacking opportunity as Gordon goes down the touchline, takes on a defender, goes to the end line. Is she able to get a cross in? Not quite, well touched, but it is going to go out for another corner kick as it is 2-2 in Naples. The Red Wolves have already tied it up. We had a goal in the 34th minute. We have a goal in the 37th minute. We have a goal in the 41st minute and now the 44th minute. And now there's a goal in Birmingham. Let's go. As that corner is put in, Fort Lauderdale gets it, but the Sun get it away. Fort Lauderdale with one heck of a chance as they are starting to ratchet up the pressure just a little bit more. Up across into the box. No one there to clean up the mess. What a cross that was by Hamid, but no one there to quite able to poke it away. The Sun looked to get the counterattack going, but cannot quite keep it in play. Wow. This one's really livening up. This is a end-to-end match going on now. Grosso looking to throw the ball in. Does so now back up to Grosso, but tackled away by the Sun, but just a lazy turnover there out of Flint. Now back over to the back line of Fort Lauderdale, working up that left-hand side. Tackle in, but not strong enough for Fort Lauderdale, taking advantage of a lot more space. Is the pass coming? There's Hamid with a cross, cleared. One more chance, turn and shoot, and it's a weak one. Orcus collects. She's telling everybody, simmer, simmer. But I mentioned, I don't know if Fort Lauderdale, sorry, that was cool. I don't know if Fort Lauderdale can sustain the kind of pressure that they were. But I mentioned before, this kind of front four, front five is so dangerous out of Fort Lauderdale that if they get just a couple of chances, they're going to be dangerous. It's just the way it's going to be. And they look dangerous right now. Wow, 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 wow. As I need to tweet about Legion. Sorry, I have things to do. I have stuff to do, people. Just kidding. My internet does not work. Because I am just doing all the things. As there's a long ball into the box for the Sun. Header, cross, cleared away. Not quite far enough. Over the bar. Over the bar. Let me give you a couple of league updates right now. It's 2-0 in favor of the Battery up in Hartford. 1-0 for Indy 11 versus Pittsburgh. It is 1-0 for New Mexico over Lexington. 1-1 in Rhode Island versus North Carolina. 2-2 go into halftime from Naples and Chattanooga Red Wolves. As the Sun went in the midfield, not quite able to keep it, but it's a foul against Fort Lauderdale. Bonifilio with a goal to, according to FOTMob, make it -3 to -3. That's hilarious. I don't know what's going on here. I'm screenshotting this. Why is it -3 to -3? That's so funny. As I believe that's Listro standing over the ball. And it is 1-0 to Birmingham in Louisville. Hand up, ready for another goal or another free kick to go in. Another goal. I'm waiting for a goal. As Tampa Bay looking to put this one in. Takes a header away, but not quite far enough. Another ball into the box, headed. Now back again out. Tampa Bay, a bit of a raggedy touch, doesn't quite go too far. Sun still have it, looking to put a cross in. Does that hit a hand? It does not. Cleared away. Fort Lauderdale fighting for their life right now, but not quite enough as there's another cross about to be coming in for the Sun, but well defended by Fort Lauderdale. Wow, 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 wow. So I need to do this. And old Twitter is being slow at the moment. Um, I don't know if there's something happening there with that, but yeah. Blue Sky works great though. Follow us on Blue Sky as for Lauderdale looking to break out of their own half. It clears it, and it's that who's that going to be a throw in on the ball is given to the Sun. I thought that was who it was going to anyway. Sun throw it in, looks to try to beat over the top, doesn't quite work out. Fort Lauderdale just getting absolutely counter pressed to death right now. And they are clearing it away. The Sun gets a header over the top. Fort Lauderdale come down with it. Touch getting ready. There goes Shania Gordon. Gordon with the ball on the end line goes back over now to the back line, trying to restart possession, try to slow this thing down. As this ball is crossed, can Gordon get there? Not quite. The Sun have it once again, looking to try to find somebody to help her out. Now she does. And there's a bit of a heavy touch, about took her eye off the ball, doesn't quite work out, but able to get a switch in to create some space. Now into the middle of the field. Now over into Flint, who gives the ball straight away. It's a counterattacking opportunity now by Fort Lauderdale. Now up to Locklear. Locklear back to Fort Lauderdale, really cranking up the chances. Now to the middle of the box over everybody's head. And we are just going to see that one. Nope, not quite out for Jesus. This is working now. I hope you can hear me. Sun now in the midfield, touches it out. But Fort Lauderdale wins it once again. Another counterattacking opportunity. Fort Lauderdale having a lot of success right now. Ever since the water break, we are getting a lot of chances now for Fort Lauderdale. The Sun spray one out wide, doesn't quite stay in the park, but it is still going to be a throw in for the Sun as they have been getting an absolute ton of those. We are looking now at the 43rd minute. We are exactly at 42 minutes and 11 seconds. And the Sun have the ball. Again, pointing out long, able to create some space. Now taking a touch inside. Now does a long diagonal ball. Cannot quite connect, but the Sun do win it back. Sun now, not a whole lot of pressing happening on for Fort Lauderdale. Locklear coming through, but not a whole lot there. Now down to the touchline on the right-hand side. Out for a throw-in. Tackled well. Throw-in coming. There it is. Now, are we going to see a cross? A through ball. What a ball. Looking for that second six. The cross goes through. Can't find a single Sun player, but the Sun still have it. Kind of crossed in. Looking for the cross. Ooh, almost an own goal through the 5-hole of the goalkeeper, Marche. Scary moment as Ansborough has the ball deflect off for her. It almost goes 5-hole on her own goalkeeper. Scary, scary moment, heart and mouth moment for Fort Lauderdale. Scary moment as I'm watching Legion over there. Almost got a second goal. You don't care. You don't care. And that's all right. It's okay that you don't. Yeah, super spooky, a spooky moment. Lauderdale. I thought for sure that went 5-hole on Morshea. As the Sun have it once again, another attacking opportunity. As a shot lines up, blocked by Fort Lauderdale, another touch. Flint just barrels over a woman, but it is cleared away by Fort Lauderdale. Now a long clear away by Fort Lauderdale. Can they win it? The Sun win it back. Looking to repossess this possession. Need to try to get something out of this. The Sun have definitely been the best team so far in this match if you just look at total chances created. But right now, Fort Lauderdale standing tall, just as they did in Carolina. And my microphone just hates me. You can hear me now. It's fine. Everything's fine. 4 minutes, actually. Gordon takes a touch. Shot inside, just outside of that near post. As again, my microphone just absolutely just does not want to work right now. I'm so sorry, people. This is horrible podcasting. This is horrible live show stuff. I'm bad at my job. It's okay. As Gordon just trips before releasing that shot, it would have been a really tense moment for the Sun if they were not able, if she was able to get that on target. For Lauderdale, really putting on the counter press now, trying to stay alive for these last 3 minutes of the first half. Still 0-0 for Lauderdale. Now it's the Sun. The Sun have it now in the middle of the pitch. Long ball, as they always do. Again, I know that they're trying to be very direct. They're trying to be straight. No, it's not. They are a very direct team, but it is. This is awesome. Now they are working through. Let's see if that fixes my microphone. One now by Fort Lauderdale. Ooh, a scary moment as a wonderful slide tackle comes in by Morshea. Wow, what a moment! I mean, that is some brave goalkeeping there by Morshea. Absolutely incredibly brave goalkeeping. If she gets that tackle wrong, it is a straight red, or if she doesn't come at all, it's a one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Incredibly brave stuff there by Morshea. As we get our second yellow card of the night. I can't tell if that was given to Addie McCain. Who was that given to? Oh, who's that? Is that Locklear? Does Locklear get a yellow? No, she was not on yellow. Yeah, that's a yellow. That Locklear, that is a yellow. Yep. All right. As Blue City just scored, by the way, just in case you're wondering. Now we have a little stoppage. Now the Sun get the ball, is now into the top of the box, headed back to the top of the box, cleared away by Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale cleared only as far as Hendricks. Hendricks back over to Hendricks. Now out wide. Can this ball stay in? It does. Cross, not quite into the box. One time, two time, big dribble into the box. A shot, not shot well, but defended very well by Fort Lauderdale. As we're playing head tennis now in the middle of the pitch. Now out for the Sun. Sun now over onto the right hand side. Dribbles in. Another cross in, defended well as Legion are losing. Anyway, it is 0-0 in the Super League Final at halftime, but not for the lack of chances. Both teams absolutely going at it. It's been a fun one. They're very much back and forth. This one has been very interesting. So far, you would think that Tampa Bay is the top team when you just kind of look at purely what the stats say here, especially when you look at the attacking stats of 9 shots to now 6, 3 shots on targets, only 1, a couple blocked shots. Just kind of generally looking at the stats, but I would say that Fort Lauderdale have had the better of the chances, that they have looked better, but we will see how that goes through, because especially the first little bit where the Sun really were going at for Lauderdale before the hydration break, it was looking really tough for Fort Lauderdale. I didn't think that was sustainable. I was correct, because they were able to survive. And then immediately after the hydration break, they turned into a very formidable opponent. We're going to have a guest join us in the second half. But in the meantime, I need a little bit of a break. I will be back for the second half. I will see you all then. It is still 0-0 in the Super League Final. All right. I am back because it is officially the start of the second half. I hope that everybody can hear me okay. This should have been switched over to my other device, so we should be good to go. As we are starting the second half, Fort Lauderdale has the ball. We are already getting another throw in, leaving right where we left off with with this match, with the Sun getting a ton of throw ins. But hey, it has been one of those matches where the Sun are creating chances, but they are not quite creating them in dangerous enough ways. But they are creating one right now as there's a chance. What a block by Fort Lauderdale, standing on their heads. Wow, what a moment there for the Sun to score, but Fort Lauderdale stands up tall. What a moment. The Sun come flying in, but it's a throw in now for Fort Lauderdale. What a moment early on to start the second half. The Sun not content with the way that first half ended, and they immediately step on the accelerator to try to get an immediate goal. We saw at halftime in this match that Amina Ekic was named the player of the year, which was very cool. Spokane did, of course, miss the playoffs, but that was because of just slipping up on the final day. But we have a chance here as there's a cross to the back post, a collision in the box. No foul, says the referee. She says to play on. We are getting a flurry of chances going down this right-hand side for the Sun. Um, Again, Legion games going on over there. I'm trying not to react. I'm trying not to pay attention, but I have two jobs to do. As we have a throw in for Fort Lauderdale, I'm getting a ton of notifications right now to figure out what's going on. Phoenix Rising go up 1-0 over FC Tulsa. As there's a long clear over the top for the Sun. I guess that we didn't think we were on side. That's why we didn't quite attack that one. Um, but things are looking solid for the Sun to start the second half. It is still 0-0 as we are in the 47th minute and 25th second. So if you're trying to line it up with me, that's where I am. Fort Lauderdale fans celebrating this on TV. Sun are celebrating because they have won back possession again down that right hand side. Can we get another cross into the box? Touched not quite well enough, tackled away by Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale not quite able to relieve the pressure yet, but it goes out for a throw in for Fort Lauderdale United. Let's see if there's been any changes made. Does not appear it. We are still seeing this kind of setup going on right now. Let's see if we have any average positions yet, because that's always fun. You always like seeing the average position show up. So let's see if that happens. Not quite. As we're in the middle of, well, the midfield over to that right hand side. Now a long ball into the middle. Long ball to the top of the box. Fighting for it in the box. Jockeying for position. Fort Lauderdale wants none of it. And the number 2 container with the Fort Lauderdale flag gets whacked with the ball as the Sun throw it in quickly. Ball to the top of the box, dealt well by Fort Lauderdale, cleared away. Fort Lauderdale looking to relieve any of this pressure, passes it all the way back, trying to take some sting out of this attack. Slowly but surely, methodically moving through as there's a long diagonal switch to Jasmine Hamid. The overlap is coming. She chooses not to take it, dribbles into the middle, right into the Sun's kind of trap, but she's able to deal with it well. To the right-hand side, to Gordon. Can Gordon get a shot across? She goes and takes a cross, but it goes out for a throw in. Just when you thought the Sun had Fort Lauderdale locked into their box, not quite, as we are seeing just a little bit of a hole in the armor now for the Sun. Can Fort Lauderdale take advantage of this corner opportunity that has been presented to them? Cross comes in, corner, headed down, cleared away by the Sun, but a chance to recycle due for Lauderdale. Touchdown. Now to the midfield. Now a long diagonal ball does not quite find a Mead. Touchdown now to Adam McCain. Are we about to get a shot from the outside of the box? Yes, but it's blocked away by the Sun. But only so far as it falls down to a Fort Lauderdale player. Now we're to Addie McCain. Addie McCain plays it out to the right-hand side, tries to take a touch in, not tackled quite hard enough by the Sun. Now over to back out. Now over to the touchline. Dribbling once again, really playing with fire, getting locked into this wide area. The overlap ball has been played. A nice tackle now to Gordon. Gordon looking, cross to the top of the box. Amid plays it back now. Amid looking for the ball back, doesn't quite get it. She's still open. Does she get found? She does not. Fort Lauderdale dispossessed. The Sun looking to counterattack quickly, does not work. Now back out to 25. Now the ball out. Amid cannot quite get there. It is a throw-in now goal kick for the Sun. As McNeil has been really putting on this pressure for the Sun against the Sun, the number 25, as Ashley Orcus sets the ball down. She looks confused. She said no. I don't know what she said no to, but she said no. Didn't happen. Whatever did not happen, did not happen. Let's see. Jeez. Waiting for this goal kick to come through, and it's a long one out. Again, yet another long ball as Flint touches it out wide. Dangerous position. Asks for the ball, doesn't quite get it. The overlapping ball does not quite find its intended target. Now cleared away by Fort Lauderdale, but only so far as the Sun regain possession. The Sun really pushing for a goal. They feel like they deserve it, but not quite coming to fruition. A foul against what for? She says. Very adamant. What for? Has more. More, not sure why she got called for the foul. Yeah, she landed on her back. What are you supposed to do? Well, just don't do that. Don't land on someone's back. Just don't do that. Come on now. As there's a long ball for Lauderdale trying to find Jasmine Amid. Does not quite work. It is a throw-in now for Lauderdale. For Lauderdale, now to Amid. Amid with a nice little chance over the top. Doesn't quite stay on the end of it. Does it go out for a throw-in for Sun? Yes, it does. We are seeing now Sun on the ball. Now inside. Back over to the center back. Long ball over the top. Can this one find its intended target? A Flint? Yes, it does. It's over the top, and it's a goal. It is a goal for Flint, and she makes it 1-0. Never mind. It has been called off. The opening goal of the night has been called off. So what I do believe is being called either a foul or offside. I'm not sure which one it is. But either way, it doesn't count. It is still 0-0, but there's a foul called on Tampa Bay or a call on Fort Lauderdale in a dangerous spot. I thought we just saw the opening goal by Flint, but she did something wrong. Someone did something wrong. And it's still 0-0. Dangerous position, though, for this free kick. Morshea. Looking. Pointing. Yep, pick it up. Yep. Looks like we're going to have 2 in the wall. More shade directed. Move. She said, move. Come in. And now she's smiling. Yeah. Yeah. It's all fun. Soccer's fun. That's what you're going to learn here today. Soccer's fun. And we have 3 in the wall now. Flint Moore standing over this ball. I would be shocked if are they going to go for goal is the question. As there's a nice little short free kick taken, shot by Flint, goes straight into the wall. Now across into the back post, header out. Was it called a goal kick? What a chance that was for the Sun. I still don't know why that goal was called off, but somebody had their hand up. I'm assuming it's offside. Wish I knew. Wish I knew. Oh, okay. Header out. I thought it really deflected off for a Lauderdale player. Did not. Clear head out, just all by herself. Interesting. And it looks like we're not going to get average position show up in this one. So we're just going to come back up here. There we go. As we are now 56 minutes and 35 seconds into this match, we are still 0-0 in Tampa Bay. Again, crowd looks awesome. Looks like a blast. Hope everybody's having a great time. As Fort Lauderdale looked to spring the counterattack, but not able to hold on to it. And it is just booted out of play by Tampa Bay. Is now a throw in for Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale, she says, give me the ball. And they do. Very nice of the fans to just oblige right away. But now it's the Sun ball looking to go a little bit over the top as they have been all night long. And it is a throw in for Fort Lauderdale. And Smith is saying, I got whacked in the face with an elbow. What's that about? I don't know. Jasmine Amid now with the ball. Sun clear, but only as far as Amid. Amid looks for the overlap, and it does come, but throw out for a throw in for Fort Lauderdale. Scanning, and now into the middle of the pitch. And this one is now being cleared away by the Sun, now collected by the Sun. Now the counterattack starts for the Sun. Three on three. Through ball, but not the right amount of weight as Morshea does collect. Wasted opportunity for the Sun as they look to spring that counterattack. As Maxi Rodriguez scores a last-minute penalty to win 2-1 versus North Carolina. How about that? And South Georgia Tormenta goes up 2-1 over Texoma. The Double Birds may be losing their winning streak as it stands right now. As the Sun look to spring their counterattack once again. Looks to maybe get a cross in. Is that a corner kick? We will see. It does appear it. Let's see. Let's see. I got a notification. Why did I get a notification? As we do have a corner. Corner is taken to the back post. And it ends up on top of the net. Nothing doing. Unless they got to respond to a message really fast. There we go. All right. There we go. So we get a comment in the chat. Lexington beating New Mexico. Last time I saw they were down 1-0. Really? 2-1. Yeah, just normal West things. Just normal things that the Western Conference does. Because the Western Conference is a simulation. It's just what it is. It's fine. Fort Lauderdale now with the ball. Throw in over to the right-hand side. Gordon cannot quite control it. Still Sun. Now it's over to the Sun. Sun play it long. Touchdown now by Flint. Flint looks over. Played out. Now what? Looking for the overlap. Gets it. Touch. Cross. Back post. Too long. Not able to quite keep that one inbounds. What a chance that was for the Sun. We're getting we're getting quite the match here. As I mean, at this point, I'm not sure who you say wins this match. Because the Sun are just not taking their chances. They're getting these counterattacking opportunities, but not quite coming to fruition. Meanwhile, Fort Lauderdale, they're not really creating much. So, what are they going to do to break down this midfield to create something? We'll see. As there is a foul against against the Sun, free kick for Fort Lauderdale. That's what I'm trying to say. Bassett gets the creates the foul against Locklear. She's still looking to create her moment of magic that she had in the semifinals. Free kick now for Fort Lauderdale. This is the kind of opportunity you look for when you're really on the back foot. These are the type of moments that you need to take your chances. As there's a header up, but it's cleared away by the Sun. Now back in by Fort Lauderdale, but now a long clearance by the Sun and does not quite find a Sun player. Morche now back out to the right-hand side. Fort Lauderdale again looking to build from the back, and now a long ball over the top. Doesn't quite find anybody. Everybody's kind of looking for the ball. Both teams going very direct. Both teams looking for the wonder ball to try to create that one-on-one opportunity. And it's just not happening. Both midfields just being absolutely outpassed, outgunned, outpressed as we now have a counter-attack opportunity for the Sun, but no one really there in relief. Are we going to get a shot? Line it up. There's a shot. Goes wide. I mean, you don't hate that taken. You don't hate it, but just need another moment. You need a better moment to take first your teammates to really just help you and just kind of follow you up, because while her only option was a shot, you really wish that someone like Flu was maybe just a little bit closer to play that overlap to, or someone of the such. An opportunity for the Sun that just goes a little bit wayward, as it kind of has been all night long. But here's another chance now down that right-hand side. A ball to the top of the box, tackle well by Fort Lauderdale, as they have done all night, but it only goes as far as the Sun. Across the top of the box, a header, another header, and a clear out. It's going to be a corner kick for the Sun. Can they do something with it? I've asked that question so many times. But you have to assume that eventually one of these corners is going to go goalward, and they're going to be able to create some kind of opportunity. Corner now to the penalty spot. Failed clearance. Try to go back out to the corner taker. Doesn't quite get far enough. Now Fort Lauderdale has a throw in. That chance, once again, kind of gone. Let's see what it's doing now as we are reaching the 64th minute and 50th second. shaking our head, enjoying our time. Let's see what we got going on. Lots of cheering, lots of happiness. Good for the Sun faithful. Oh, little kids on the drum. Oh, a traditional crip. That kid is in band. Way to go, Sun kid. I sure hope your band director sees this because he would actually be so happy to see you playing your drum. Wow. Good for you, kid. Good for you. Very proud of you. Drum to drum 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 to dum 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 to dum dum dum. The Fort Lauderdale fans. One of them's on their phone in the corner, Stephen A. Smith style, playing solitaire. Oh, we have a hydration break. That explains why we were just suddenly doing nothing. I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? All right. So we are still 66 minutes in and 5 seconds. Is still 0-0. Who do we think gets the first goal? And do we think the first goal is going to be the game winner? Because this could be one of those matches that the moment that the first goal is scored, it creates like an avalanche where other team just kind of creates them because both teams have just been so close. And the moment somebody scores, somebody is going to have to do something to create an opportunity. Because I don't see any way this is going 0-0 into penalties. Absolutely not. Yeah, kid, get after it with that traditional grip. Man, your band director be so proud of you. Hey, tighten up that grip a little bit. You're losing it. Band director things, you know. I had to do a talent show last week. I had to judge a talent show as Giamona is going off and Zayd is coming on for the Sun. I had to judge a talent show at this church camp I was at that I was having to like chaperone last week, and it was something else. These kids brought out band instruments and I was just like, why did you ask me to judge? I'm just going to be a band director and judge this like I'm a band director. And they're like, just see if the kids are having fun. Just if they're having fun and like doing the right stuff, then I'm like, no, you just ask the band director to judge band people. Like I'm not here to see if they're just having fun. You're asking me to judge them. Come on now. I haven't given them feedback. The kids didn't care about their feedback, by the way. Not at all. As the Sun have another opportunity at a chance lining up, a shot. Morshea saves, falls on top of it. And to talk about that particular chance and more specifically about the Super League, good friend, good friend, Benji from the Spokane Soccer Show. Amina Ekic is the player of the year, as she should be. So much exciting stuff happens, obviously. Spokane does not end up making the playoffs, but had a heck of a run to make it exciting. Benji, how are you?
Catching up.
Yeah. You good?
Yeah, hang on. I've got Peacock going.
Yeah. I'm in the 68th minute and 63rd second. Or 33rd second.
I was
So
going to say, what?
63rd. I have so many screens going on right now that I am just I'm a mess.
I was going to ask you how many cocktails you've had because there are not 63 seconds in a minute,
No.
but
It's unbelievable.
maybe they do things
Sometimes
differently in Birmingham. Are you in Birmingham?
no, I'm actually in Tuscaloosa.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, it's like in 45 minutes from Birmingham.
Catch me up, man. What did I miss? I just got back from a Spokane Shadow versus Portland Thorns 2 game.
Yeah, honestly, not a whole lot. Both teams had some good opportunities, but I mean, it's really been Fort Lauderdale attacking on the counterattack. The Sun just being super aggressive, holding on to ball, trying to beat everybody over the top. Honestly, pretty quintessential Sun and Fort Lauderdale game. But neither team really creating enough to be like one team's definitely been better than the other.
Mm-hmm.
But so far in the first half, it has been pretty heavy Sun. The Sun
Okay.
have been definitely the best team, but Fort Lauderdale not really letting them create anything in that final third.
Okay, I'm looking at the
So
stats. 15
yeah.
shots for Tampa Bay, 10 for Fort Lauderdale. Okay.
Yep.
Only one on target for Fort Lauderdale. Are they counterattacking like typical?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of Shania Gordon. Is she playing? Let me look at this
Shania
team.
Gordon. Yeah, it's been a ton of Shania Gordon.
Hamid.
Not as much of Mead. Addie McCain has pretty much been a non-factor thus far.
Okay.
Um, the Tampa Bay Sun have just been absolutely dominating the midfield today. Just absolutely. Lee Stroh has been putting on a masterclass.
Very good player.
Very good player.
Nocello, was she doing Nocello things?
So I was just going to say, not as good as Amina Ekic.
You're going to drag me into this. I can do it. We can do this because I know there's a bunch of Florida USL fans that think that they had a claim for that Player of the Year award, but the technical departments of all the clubs said otherwise, and who am I to disagree?
I mean, our good friend Danielle, who's with Protagonist.
Oh yeah, what did Danielle say? Does she have takes?
She has called Amina Ekic the Kevin De Bruyne of the Super League.
Yeah. But that could be Dan Vaughn's influence, let's be honest.
It could be Dan Vaughn
Dan's
influence.
a Amina stan. I think he's a Spokane stan, although I was texting him the other day and he wouldn't take a bite on any of my texts, so I got to give him a hard time about that.
Of course.
He was very despondent about Zephyr FC not making the playoff, and I was like, dude, I'm right there with you.
I was pretty bummed out on whoever wasn't getting it, as there's a Fort Lauderdale corner going in, punched away by Orcus, but not far enough. Gordon takes a shot.
Oh,
another shot coming in. Gordon with another goes wide.
I like you're doing some Kaylor Hodges play-by-play. This is sick.
Yeah, this is what I do with the Legion.
Oh, do you?
Streams.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Oh, I'm not the Legion play-by-play guy.
No, but you do it on. Do you do it on the? What's the name of your podcast?
Hammering Down. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome. I wouldn't even attempt to do play-by-play. I would feel like I would have imposter syndrome immediately.
Oh, well, I mean, there's a reason why nobody watches.
Stop it. I do respect the shit out of some good play-by-play. More than I do the color commentary people. Like, it's play-by-play it's an art, a science. Uh-oh. Is your mic dead? Dude, you know what? What do you want? Are you on a laptop?
Yeah.
You got to get this. This is called a Samson Q2U is the model, and it's $70, and it's the best pound for pound microphone in the market.
See, this is my second Blue.
Is it a Blue Yeti? Oh my God. I guess I have to carry your stream for just a second. I'll attempt to be Kaylor Hodges. See if I can do your drawl. I don't speaking of something I shouldn't attempt.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I might just have to say the computer microphone works all right. Basically, what happened was at some point, the jack and
oh no, your setup hates you. Maybe switch ports. Is it USB? That's terrible. It's just crashing constantly.
We're going with the computer microphone now.
Oh yeah, that's fine. It's not that bad.
Okay, cool.
It actually blows me away sometimes how that can sound pretty clean. I did a preview of all of Velocity FC's initial 20 some odd players with our friend Brandon, and shout out Brandon Mays. And
I love Brandon Mays.
He was on a laptop and it sounded fine. I mean, I EQ'd him to make it sound a little bit better, but
yeah, the issue is, so at some point this jack got bent in transportation.
Okay.
I think when it happened was last year when we were doing our live show in Oakland, and I was trying to get to Oakland, never did. At some point when it was in my bags, that little bit got bent, and now it just falls out at any given time. And I've been looking for an upgrade, but it's not broken. I mean, well, it is broken. That's the issue. But like, you know, it's not broken enough for me to be like, I have to get it fixed right now. You know?
Well, this is going to be a test of my loyalty to Velocity FC, but I'm not going to the game tonight.
Okay.
That was a tough decision, but after getting smoke bombed the other day by Spokane police, I'm I'm going to take a night off.
I don't blame you.
And it's
I got
the No Kings protest happening. So I'm like, you know what? I'm good.
let's stay away from getting gassed personally.
Yeah. And that's not even my main
Don't.
reason for not going. I just need a break, man.
Oh, dude, I get that. There is at least once a year I'll have a Legion match where I'll just sit there and just like I don't. No, no, not doing it.
What else do you follow? I don't think I know. You follow Legion, obviously, and you've got your
Yeah.
podcast where you do content for them.
I mean, I
Do you follow
follow
women's soccer down there?
Oh, I mean, we have our WFC team that I follow pretty tight. Um,
Any
as
college?
I mean,
Tuscaloosa.
well, the University of Alabama is
Yeah.
where I went to school.
Are they good? Are they a good soccer school?
We're pretty good now, but they really turned the corner when I was there. Where, if I'm remembering correctly, you guys have one of our former players.
Who's that?
If I'm
Oh,
remembering,
Riley Tanner? No.
Yeah, Riley
Taylor
Tanner.
Allmer?
No, Riley Tanner.
Yeah, Riley. You talked to me about her when we signed her, which, dude, she
Yeah.
didn't get any run out this year at all.
Riley's a stud.
I feel
Riley's
bad. I don't know what happened there, but she did not get any opportunities for us.
That seemed to happen in a lot of the places that she ended up. And
Yeah.
I'm not too sure why. But
I think she's a fairly, it's interesting. She strikes me as being a fairly slight player, but I don't think that would, it is a physical league. Will tell you right now, especially with the North Carolinas out there. Oh my God, this is a physical league.
Yeah. Yes, it is. They have two of our players actually, Ashlyn Sarepka and Riley Mattingly Parker. They were Bama girls. Ashlyn Sarepka actually played for Legion WFC. She is a stud. Didn't get a whole lot of playing time. She started off, but didn't quite get a lot of playing time. But yeah, I was there as there's a chance. Whoa. The Sun puts it back in, not quite cleared away.
Where are you at? What minute are you in?
I'm 77th and 22nd.
Oh, okay. We're close.
Yeah. So
corner. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like I was there because they were really bad for a long time. And then West came in my freshman year, and Reina Reyes came in. She's with the Thorn now. Neely Martin, who is with Gotham, played with Racing Louisville. She had to play. She was the girl that had to play goalkeeper as an outfielder in the NWSL final. She's a Bama grad. There's been a lot of good players come out of Bama that were, but not known as a soccer school. Definitely not.
Oh, dude.
What's up?
Looking at starting 11 for Velocity, Luis Heel has been replaced by Nil Vinyals tonight.
Really?
Well, I'm guessing short rest. They played Wednesday. And look, it's great to see Nil get a start. Siobhan John Brown has been restored to the starting 11 alongside Pierre Reedy. Let's go.
I'm about to say, I mean, there's worse players that you could have to replace Luis Hill
It's so stupid,
than Nil
dude.
Vinyals.
It's so dumb. I love it, though. And I hope Nico can start showing some form. He has not impressed so far.
After he left...
Yeah, you and I had a chat about this, man. I'm glad I'm talking to you because that's... okay, let's see.
After he left Birmingham, even then, Nico is Legion's top ever goal scorer.
Yep.
And I am not in love with what Nico Brett is as a player. Just to be completely honest, what he doesn't provide, he is, by all accounts, has the fastest trigger of anybody.
I think that's still there, but there's a lot of work you have to do to get in positions to pull that trigger, my man. And I'm not seeing that right now. So that's been a struggle.
He hasn't been that since 2020 Legion, as there is a foul on the outside of the box.
Look, no one from Tampa Bay is going to want to hear this, but that's the crap I don't like from City Nacella's game.
That's a foul for me. That's
Dude, no,
pretty.
it's not. She took the touch to beat the player, but didn't move toward the direction of the touch she took. She just ran straight ahead into the player. I don't like that. I don't like that call. Because it's you're trolling to get the call. I don't like that. Like, go the direction of the touch you take. She takes it outside of her foot, but then runs right into the defender. The defender can stand. Ugh, I don't like that. I don't like that part of her game.
That's fair.
She
As
likes
we
to
are
get. She
getting
likes
into
to.
the,
She'll game refs for free kicks.
it is a part of the game, unfortunately,
Totally. Yeah. I mean,
as it is.
in the most notorious version of it that happened against my beloved Zephyr, she even the announcers were like, that was definitely not a penalty, but she sold it and the ref bought it, so good on her. And I'm like, no, not good on her. I don't like that. Stop it. You're too talented to do that.
Did
I
you
don't
see
like any players that do that stuff. I'm not a big fan of the embellishment stuff.
as the from that said free kick?
Here we go.
Lots of movement.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a good read.
You're a little ahead of me now.
Am I? Yeah. Where do you want?
Oh, yeah. Oh, shot.
Oh, you're way behind me. I'm at 81-22.
Yeah, I'm at 81-17.
Okay. Yeah, that's a few seconds.
Let me see if I can pull myself ahead.
Let's see here.
I'm as far ahead as it will let me go.
While we have this break in play, and there's a substitution coming on for Fort Lauderdale. I'm just looking at this lineup again. Oh, Colin Fernandez got a start. Looks like Jack Denton has been rested. Marcelo Lage has been replaced by Cam Miller. And I went on Rob from Talk and Flock podcast to talk about this Forward Madison team.
It's a little too simple just to say they need goal scorers, but boy, do they need goal scorers.
He said that. He said that Galindres has been pretty poor, and
Luca has been underwhelming for them.
Dorado, this new kid, is really young.
Yeah,
former one of your guys.
He's on loan. He's on loan.
Oh, it's a loan. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's young. His last appearance for the club came in the Open Cup where he missed the penalty. And it was a bad penalty. Like really bad. Yeah, just not he has a lot of potential. But he's a young professional.
Okay. Can we sidebar about these players? This confuses the hell out of me.
Sure.
So Fort Lauderdale started their campaign with an embarrassment of riches and attack. They loaned Gianna Gourley to DC Power, but then Jorian Bockham is now playing for Fort Lauderdale. I just did a double take. I'm like, that's Bockham. Why is she? Yeah. When did she join? I cannot keep up with
She was with DC to start the year, right?
Yes. Did she? She went to in the spring. So it looks like she headed. They just switched. They swapped players. It looks like, except for Gourley was a loan.
Yes,
but then Gourley was really critical to the turnaround in DC Power's fortunes.
DC Power, if they were, it's like the moment they got eliminated, they realized that they could play a little bit more free.
I think even before that, man, Phil Nana had them singing a tune. They were good, dude. They were good.
FC Naples,
I like a Barra a lot. There were a couple players for DC Power that were like balling out.
FC Naples, Chattanooga Red Wolves since 2-2. Still waiting to see if there's the obligatory fight at the end of the match. We'll find out.
Oh, is it? Did it finish?
Yeah, just finished. We're waiting to find out.
Let's get how many red cards? Let's take a.
No red cards yet.
Plus or minus 3 red cards at the final whistle.
I mean, is Lalo in net? Because if Lalo's in net, we're getting another brawl.
Seriously, dude. Yeah, I've got a story about Lalo. In Spokane, by the way. He got into it with some of our supporters. But you know what? He was a classy individual afterward. He apologized for talking smack.
He seems like a intense in the moment kind of guy.
He's a competitor, man. I mean, don't get Ayman Zayed talking about him. He is, Lalo is a competitor, and I think it's great. He's great for the league, and he's a very good goalkeeper. So, shout out. You need some personalities like that.
Right now, the Sun had the ball. Ashley Orcus. Oh, Birmingham girl. Ashley Orcus. Rolling the ball out from back, looking to build it up as they have been. But again, the Sun they kind of infuriate me with it. We're going to roll it out like we are trying to build it from the back. Actually, just kidding. We're going super direct, long ball over the top. Like
this game, from what I've seen so far of it, and obviously going by the 0-0 scoreline at minute 86, it just shows that there is a tremendous amount of parity in the Super League. Yes. Especially in the top, we'll call it the top, I guess 6. But if I say that, in
7.
I say that in DC Power. Yeah, exactly. It's really only sorry Lexington, but it's really only Lexington that showed very little this year.
And it was just funny because certifiably Lexington style, I really thought that they were going to be one of the competitors because their talent on paper before the season was solid.
But too young.
Sure, but we also really didn't know how this league was going to play because if it was going to be a fast technical league, it would have been perfect. It's turned out to be a lot more physical than I thought.
And when I say too young, it's hilarious to say that because the final conversation I had, I guess it wasn't the final conversation. It was on, I forget which game. I think it was the game against Dallas, and both Ali Cook and Taylor Almer were talking about how they came to this club and they were like the older players at like 26. And they were like, at having played on previous teams professionally, they were like, it was a weird experience to be the older players at age 26. The Super League in general is very young. And by that standard, Lexington were extremely young.
Yes. So, by the way, do you think this is going to end in regular time 0-0?
I have seen no quality opportunities since I've been watching this game with you, Kaylor. So I'm inclined to say this is going to extra time. We're going to play 30 more minutes. By the way, did they do the thing for Amina at halftime?
Amina was on the field at halftime.
Son of a bitch, and I missed it. All right. Was it cool?
Yeah, she got a tiny little trophy, but a big thing of flowers.
Tiny trophy, big flowers. Let's go, USL. Yeah. Was it her brother was there with her?
I did not see that. All I saw was her on the field receiving the trophy.
It's very, very wholesome. She posted to Instagram yesterday a picture with her and her brother, and she said, "We're going on a side quest." And I thought that was really cute.
Heck yeah. I love that.
Dude, Amina is not only obviously just a intergalactic player, but she is such a stellar human being. And
she seemed awesome in your interview that you had with her.
So cool.
#ad.
Yeah. The shy assassin is what one of my listeners called her. And I was like, that's a perfect description. Because she's kind, but then she'll rip your heart out, I
mean, as Flew draws a foul and a yellow from Brooks.
Oh, right. It's the Norwegian pronunciation, Flew. It's a little odd.
Yeah. That I had to look up the pronunciation guide because I was like, because I don't listen to any of these matches with audio on because I have so many of them going to keep up. So if I have any audio on any match, it is just it's bad. I'm in a bad spot. So I have no idea what any of these players' names sound like because I just don't listen at all.
Yeah, the one that got me that I talked about with Jessica Sharman when she came on my podcast that really cracked me up was Ubogagu. Choma Ubogagu.
Is that Dallas?
The Dallas player. Yeah. Total stud. And I was saying Ubogagu, and I thought I was nailing it. And it's like, nope, it's Ubogagu.
Interesting.
Great player.
As Moshe stands over this goal kick. Are we going to go long? We have yet to go long.
How many times have they shown Amanda Vandervoort?
Not a single time yet.
I haven't seen her yet. I'm surprised.
I have not seen Amanda, but she was on the call for like the beginning of the half. Again, I didn't hear any of it.
Gotcha.
So Some tells me she's hiding in like a press box watching the match, and she's probably going to be shown at the end when she's going down there to present the trophy. I feel like she's been hiding out other than that. Hiding out as much as you can in the
I am
stadium.
so genuinely excited for the fall, the next season of the Super League.
I was mad that I couldn't make it out to a match in person because Amanda definitely kind of let me hear it a little bit when I said that I thought the Super League should start out as D2. I didn't see a point in going D1 because competing with the WSL, which has arguably the best talent in the world, I was like, is that something you want to do? As we get 5 minutes added on to this match and a substitute coming on for the Sun, more off for, I don't have a number yet, Provenzano. And it's just like, if the standard is bad and they're quote unquote D1, like that's rough. Like we're in a bad spot. And the very first weekend, the very first matches, I think it was Tampa Bay versus DC Power and a bunch of teams like that. And I was like, this is awesome.
Spokane versus Fort Lauderdale. Yeah.
Yes, Spokane, Fort Lauderdale. I'm like, these players are
No,
awesome.
dude. The way I would put it is there were definitely matches that I have seen in the Super League this year where I was like, oof, that was rough. But on the whole, I've said this on every podcast, including my own, that I was looking for improvement, not just from the club that I support and follow closely in Zephyr, but the league itself and the other clubs. And I would say, I wouldn't say across the board, every single club, but for the most part, these clubs all improved and the league itself improved.
7 out of 8 clubs improved.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah.
There's just every time I hop on the USL show, I feel like I am just here just to make fun of Lexington.
Oh, I know.
And I always feel bad. The only one that I don't do that is with the semi-pro USL show whenever I talk about Lexington too. Mm-hmm. Like their 2 teams, awesome.
Yeah. It's not nice to say it, but I do think there is an impact to playing in front of so few fans, man. I mean, there really is. Like,
yeah.
It affects the performance on the pitch, which that's only part of the story because it's not like they go on the road and they kick ass, but yeah.
Well, I think they're still beating New Mexico right now.
Oh, is that happening right now?
So,
okay.
Yeah. It'd be their first win in a minute. As I am also just watching Legion do Legion things. As Jordan Leestroke gets a yellow card.
We got to get you and Morrissey to come up to Spokane and watch a game. That'd be fun.
We looked into it.
Let's go. Come on.
The issue,
I know some people.
Flights were hard.
They're expensive.
Yes.
Brandon was talking about coming out, and he's like, "It's going to be my anniversary. This is last year, and they were coming to play Spokane. I think it was in September that Greenville played Spokane, and he was like, dude, we looked at price of tickets. It's cheaper to go to Hawaii or whatever. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I was looking into it, and I thought about taking an Amtrak because the Amtrak was actually decent. As there's a little ball flicked over the top, doesn't quite get there.
There is nothing happening in this game, Kaler. I'm not ignoring what's happening. There's just very little happening.
Oh, there's tries to get across and doesn't quite work. Sun trying to spring a counterattack.
A little too heavy of a touch from.
Oh, nice win there. Yeah, heavy a touch into the river. Oh, I wish. I'm rooting for a river ball. Pretty hard.
That was Shania Gordon, wasn't it? Was the heavy touch?
I think so. Some dude just got hit with the ball. He's loving it. He looks so excited. Dude got rocked, and it was the best moment of his life.
Oh.
Cross in. Oh, clear away. Another one. Shot. Fool. Yeah, you're a little bit ahead of me, but it's fine.
Still just a few seconds, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, at this point, their legs have to just be made of lead.
Ooh. Wait a second.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Ooh.
I know. She scuffed it.
What's up, Julian? A big
and
win.
It's going the wrong direction. Yeah.
Yeah, big win for Charleston. I mean, it was Hartford, but also Legion didn't beat Hartford, so big win for them as they continue to push.
Oh, you're giving us
try to be the best
championship scores. Okay.
Yeah, got Julian in the chat dropping some Pedros. So gotta shout out to our friends at the Battery. As the Sun have a counterattacking opportunity. This is a big one. Can they get it with the final kick in the second half? That one is cleared out for a corner.
This will be it. This will be the last play for sure. Imagine a goal from a set piece in minute 96, dude. Let's go.
I want somebody to ask Flint how long it took her to get her tattoo done. Like, I don't even want to know how long that session took.
Yeah, didn't they just post some content about this?
As there's the corner. Oh!
We got to get you up to me.
I'm as far forward as I can go. My internet's bad, man. Internet's bad. As we are into extra time.
30 more minutes. I'm going to dip to watch Velocity FC probably at 7 o'clock, but
that is totally fine.
Will I? I don't know. Maybe I won't.
I mean, I'm watching Legion right now, and I'm just sad. It's great.
What's happening in that game?
They were up 1-0. It is now 4-1.
Oh, God.
Yeah, everything's great.
Are they having a bad season?
Yeah, it's been rough. Fire a coach. Have a new coach, Mark Briggs in. But, I mean, Briggs is great, but we're just trying things. And also, we're playing Lou City, who, I mean, it's Lou City.
Yeah.
I kind of figured that
how many
this
goals
was,
does Chase Toronto? How many goals does Ray Serrano have?
None in this match.
Oh, he doesn't have any. Okay.
No. Goodrum with 2. I don't even know. Dia scored 1. I don't even know who scored the other. I don't remember. We are sitting at the going into extra time.
Serrano assisted their first goal. Okay.
Possession 50% across the board. Pretty even on interceptions. A lot more corners for the Sun, but nothing doing. Let's see. Long passes, pretty even. 65 for the Sun, 55 for Lauderdale. Crosses, pretty even. Shots, even. 17-14 in favor of the Sun. 4 shots on target for the Sun, only 1 for Lauderdale. A lot more touches and shots in the box for I say a lot more. It's only 1 more shot in the box.
Are you using the USL website?
Yeah.
Isn't it nuts that they don't have saves?
Yes.
It's like the most obvious stat. And sometimes I'm like, I have to go down to the freaking chalkboard to pull up saves? Come on.
I wish the chalkboard wasn't so buggy.
Oh, it's so buggy. I have a trick for it, though.
Okay.
God, what was the trick, dude? Because I know what you're talking about.
That doesn't help.
There's a workaround for it. God dang it. You literally just like resize your browser, I think, and it fixes it. You're talking about the thing where it suddenly just blanks everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Just resize your browser, and I think it fixes it. It's a super weird bug and workaround. But I know what you're talking about because, like, I'll go in there and I'll count recovery sometimes.
I'm not doing that anymore. It's fine.
It sucks.
I'm not even messing with it.
They've got to get Opta fired up, dude.
Go to player stats to find saves. Yeah, but like, well, is that
exactly? That's such a pain in the ass.
I mean, where is player stats on this page?
I've done it for my beloved Zephyr FC and Hope Heisey, and
I don't think you can get the player stats from this particular page.
What? Yeah, you can.
Oh, it's player stats. There we go.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah. But it's still the chalkboard or having to use the player stats thing is just silly.
Choose team. What do you mean choose team? We're right here.
I know. Right now, I see when I select choose team, dude, I have a long list of Tampa Bay, Fort Lauderdale, Tampa Bay, Fort Lauderdale, Tampa Bay, Fort Lauderdale. The website has a lot of rich information, but the UX is not great. So
yeah, that's really the issue is that
they need to have this stuff unified. If FootMob is going to have such stellar, or SofaScore for that matter, support for USL leagues, they've got to get the freaking Super League in there. If I had an interview with anybody from the USL, Amanda or otherwise, I'd be like, look, help us help you, please.
I want Football Reference to get Super League. I use Football Reference a lot.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Oh, FB Ref. Yeah. That's a great
Yeah.
site. I haven't used that very much.
Yeah, it's because they're not Super League is not on there at all.
Oh, I see.
I know that Opta has all the fun stuff like the XGs and all the other stuff, and I wish that was public facing. I don't really understand why it's not public facing unless it's literally just
I don't either because
utility.
Yeah, it's there for any other league, any other major league, Premier League or otherwise. XG is there. I don't know why Opta doesn't supply.
Even USL has it because if you ever get a match report after a game, which Legion's Trey, he's our communications guy. He sends out the full Opta match report.
Gotcha.
They have XG. It's just not public facing.
All right, here we go. 30 more minutes.
30 more minutes underway. Here we go. They are doing. I love that Tampa Bay does the old having two players in the center circle for the kickoff. It's very
very like club soccer
best.
Or like young kids.
Very old before they changed everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would touches would be amazing. I would love to see XG be public facing. The only thing I could think is that's a data utility thing that they're just trying to save space on their website on the SE engine. But I don't know if we're overloading it that hard. We got to invest something.
Yeah.
Let's take that Gainsbridge money and put it into the stats page.
No, I totally agree.
I hope this match does not go 0-0 into penalties.
That'll be a real disappointment. Not gonna lie. We need a goal from the run of play.
What is Bandito? What do you have? What do you have?
Who on earth are you talking to?
My cat.
I was gonna say that sounds like you're talking to an animal.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, dude, I'm seeing this video with Amina. This is so sick. God, dude.
Her getting the trophy. Yeah.
Freaking classiest player. And just an exceptional human. We are so GD lucky to have her. Telling you, bro.
She seems great.
She's awesome.
There's a lot of just wonderful humans in the USL in general, but there's a lot of being where we are, we kind of cover national stuff. You'll hear about players just being wonderful human beings, and she is one of them that we hear from players and just fans and staff that she's just a wonderful human.
It's something that the club talked about and has talked about pretty regularly, that the character people matter a lot. It's the first thing they look at, that before they even look at performance and capabilities that way. And it kind of seems true. I mean,
we got a question from Julian, Kaylor and or Benji. Are there players in the Super League who could play in the top women's league?
Look, I'll interrupt. There's not a league in the world where Amina Ekic couldn't do a job.
Correct. Amina Ekic would absolutely play in any league.
And you probably heard the joke that I made on my podcast, Kaylor, when she said, I really want to play in Europe. And I was like, yeah, when you're like 35. And she, being the shy assassin, she just deadpan. She didn't have any reaction. She just kind of smiled and nodded. And I was like, yeah, you are, please don't break our hearts.
Yeah.
At least wait a few years. But then again, if a women's Super League team or a Liga team or whatever wanted her, I'd be like, dude, bon voyage. I'll take you to the airport, because I'd be so stoked. I'd be so stoked for her. But she could do a job anywhere. And I think that's true of a lot of the Super League players, to be honest.
Yes. Ekic, when we're talking about big European teams. We're really or like leagues. We're thinking of like Liga Femina. We're thinking of like
yeah,
the
he said top women's league. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, like because a lot of these players come from a European women's league. I mean, there's a lot of players that played in like Norway and Sweden and stuff like that. There's been a lot of those. But like a top, I mean, for me, it's the Liga Femina, and then like the Women's Super League. Those are the top two. So I'm trying to think who else. Addie McCain could probably do a job.
The French league's pretty good too.
Yeah.
But the point being, I think Amina Ekic, I think any of the players that were in contention for Player of the Year could absolutely do a job.
Meza is going to play in Europe one day.
Well, I don't really count her. Although I think it's hilarious that she ended up finishing in the Players Association Team of the Year,
which was the correct answer, by the way.
Totally correct answer. I said the same thing. I'm like, I have no notes. You watched her play and you're like, what a stud, and she's now playing super well for Reign. So
yeah, like she's going to play Europe if she does not stick in WSL forever. Mia Corbin could definitely do a job in Europe. Let me see. I'm trying to find a player that is not just a
totally, like a player that's not obvious. That's a great point. Let me think about even Zephyr FC.
Can I give you one?
I'd say Sarah Clark, who plays for Zephyr FC.
Obvious. Yeah. I have one that is obvious, but maybe not as to others. Ian Hissey is so good.
Oh, you're talking about Hope?
Yes. She is so good. I think that she would be a European level player.
Yeah. That's a good shout. I think Sarah Clark's
a good one.
Because of how she commands the position and just so much poise, I feel like that's another player that maybe she wouldn't be. Right now, she was named second team deservedly, but I think could do a job in any league. For sure.
Some of these women should be in the national team. I mean, a lot of them are in their respective national teams. I don't think any of them sneak into the U.S.
I kind of agree. Yeah, that's a tough crowd to crack into too.
That is a tough crop.
They're so good. So I was watching the U20 World Cup last year because former Gonzaga player Gianna Riley was traveling with them and playing for that team alongside Ali Sentner. And you look at what Sentner's doing, dude, and she's 20 years old. It's insane how good some of those. Ali Sentner.
Was she? She was with Racing Louisville. Because she was in the W League at one point, or was she? Was she Racing Louisville, or was she?
Utah Royals. She played for UNC and then played for the Royals, or now plays for the Royals. Sorry.
I thought she had a stint in the USL W League.
Oh,
because I thought she was Racing Louisville Academy, then got drafted by the Reign.
You must be thinking of somebody else.
What?
Ali played for UNC, and then was drafted in 2024 by Utah.
Yeah. No. Let's see. Hold on.
All right.
I saw it. I had it. I just saw her name. This is so tough.
I'm actually wondering who you're thinking of.
Racing in 2022 became the first W League member of the National Women's Soccer League team at the top of its development pyramid. Over the last 2 years, the Racing's W League team have rostered several players who become prominent in WSL players, including Orlando Pride, Emily Sams, and Utah Royals forward Alice Centaur.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Yeah,
Why is
she
it?
was a racing.
I can't find this anywhere in her profile. Anywhere. Huh.
Yep, she was a. There we
Good
go.
catch.
I knew she was a. I knew she was a W League girl at one point.
I don't doubt your
Yeah.
shit, man.
I was like, somebody's in the national team setup that played with Racing Louisville. But yeah, there's a lot of, if you're wanting to find a space, Julian, that that you're going to find future on WSL or like future U.S. Women's National Team stars, USL W League is it. The W League is so chock full of talent. It is insane.
Yeah, speaking of Gianna Riley, she's playing in the W League right now. And I think I have a feeling after what she did in the soccer tournament, the TST,
Yeah.
Golden Boot, former guest on the Spokane Soccer Show, bro. I love that so much.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
As the Sun have a chance, cleared away.
And I think she's gonna get called up by Emma. I would not be surprised. After the form she showed in that, I know it's a 7v7 tournament. Gotta be honest. Can I say something controversial? I'm not a fan. I don't like that 7v7 stuff. It bores me.
I enjoy playing it. Like I do enjoy playing 7v7. Oh! We get from the finally a corner goes into the back of the net. It goes
from the run of play. Thank God. I do not want penalties. I don't actually care who wins this game. I kind of want Tampa Bay to win. Let's go. Was that Flu? Or was she just typing up the crowd? Who scored this goal, bro?
It was her. Wow, what a moment for the Sun.
Let's go.
Finally, one of those corners goes in. What a moment. The home crowd goes insane.
There was Flo.
And she has been all over this game. I mean, she has been running this game from the midfield as a throw-in, dribbled in, goes to the touchline, cross in, flew into the back of the net.
Sydney Nasello, yeah. And the type of cross where it's like that's either going to be an own goal or a goal. Like it's just so dangerous.
I mean, they have been doing that all night, trying to find. I've mentioned it before, trying to find that second 6 yard box. This time, put right 3 yards in front of the net, and Flu makes it 1-0. Now, Benji, here's the moment, or here's the question
from the prime assist zone. Yeah, what's up?
Is this going to be a moment where we're going to see Fort Lauderdale get the answer back? Does Fort Lauderdale? What I say?
Does Tampa Bay let up a little bit?
Maybe, or we saw Locklear against Carolina come hero. Do we see any kind of brilliance, a moment like that? Speaking of Locklear,
let's see what Tampa Bay can do in the low block. Let's go.
They did well before. I mean, we have seen Tampa Bay play really well in the low block, specifically against the Trinity when they beat them when Listro got sent off with the league's first ever red card. They sat in a low block really well and defended amazingly. I would not be surprised to see.
There's a lot of time.
There's a lot of time
left,
and that is 20 minutes probably. Yes, and that's a lot of time for as talented of a starting, like a front five. If you're Fort Lauderdale,
yep.
You should make a TST team for next year. How do you even make a TST team?
I don't know.
All I'm saying is that Puma State, Alabama did not invite me. And for that, I will never recognize them as a club.
It's fair. You're not bitter.
They made it to the championship game and they didn't invite me. Don't they know that I made it to the second round of a League 2 tryout? Do they not know who I am?
Oh, this Emina content is so wholesome. I love it so much. And shout out the Super League for celebrating their player like that. That's really cool. And doing so on the stage of the final is actually really sick. I'm into it.
When we talk about teams doing or leagues doing it right,
yeah,
the Super League has killed fan content.
Yeah,
they have absolutely killed it. I I don't know. Have you talked to Amanda Vandervoort?
No, no, I don't think she goes on the podcast of like individual team content creator people stuff. So
Fair. When when I talked to her a couple weeks ago, I I mean, seriously, just so personable, just clearly cares. By the way, like when we talked about her wall of jerseys, signed jerseys behind her, which were the every single team's first ever captain. It was a signed jersey by them. Like the way she just like glue about it and was just like this is so cool. Like I'm a part of this. These are the first ever captains in this league's history. And like she cares about the players. And you can tell that when it comes to how they market these players and these teams, that they've done such a good job.
I have enjoyed the hell out of it, and I'm already. I know some things that I shouldn't know, but I do know about. It's gonna be fun. Can't wait for August.
Oh, front flip throw in. Yes. I love the front flip throw in.
That makes one of us on this podcast. I'm not a fan.
What?
It's just gimmicky. It just makes it. Ugh.
I am fully in the camp.
If it's used for a long throw, in the final third, I guess fine, but
I love it. I think I would love to see.
It strikes me as a little try hard and dorky. I can't help it. I'm a little too. I'm probably too buttoned down about these things, but I'm like, it's like okay. It reminds me a little bit of all these golazzos that are being scored from like 50 yards out when a keeper's off their line in these USL leagues. I don't like seeing that. It makes the leagues look bad when Burn Shipman can't recover and gets beat from 45 yards. I don't think that's good for the league.
Oh,
when that makes the Sports Center, like I don't like that.
I will also say this. I think that Flu gets a yellow.
I know, yeah. Oh, I think you're caught up to me. Obligatory yellow for Flu.
Yeah.
She needed to talk her shit. Come on.
A little bit.
She's gonna be a champion soon.
Sorry, I'm also watching the Tormenta match.
Okay. I need to watch Velocity, by the way. I gotta get that open in a tab.
I don't even see it showing up on ESPN yet.
I'm sure they're still singing.
But yeah, so what was I saying? I don't remember.
Oh, we were talking about the long throw ins.
I love it. I do. I think partially it's because I can't do a front flip, and the fact that somebody can do a front flip while holding a ball, that just feels like the peak level of athleticism.
By the way, real quick sidebar, there's nothing more entertaining than when ESPN throws up on their broadcast what they think the shape of the teams will be, and they put things like Pierre Reedy starting at the 11, or sorry, starting as he's the number 11, starting as the 10. That just always cracks me up. Like
I love seeing those.
Oh, Cam Miller starting in the front three.
Oh, really? How about that?
And we're gonna have Colin Fernandez as one of our center halves. Let's go. Hey,
one of my favorites. I do love seeing the return of F. last name. I love seeing him get into starting 11.
Yeah. All right, 15 more minutes for Tampa Bay Sun to be the first USL Super League champion.
15 more minutes.
Yeah, Julian, I think it's just that it looks gimmicky, and I just don't know. I don't like indoor soccer either, though, so I'm probably not the person you want to sell on 7v7. But I do watch the highlights, and the highlights are always sick, and I'm there for it. And the players are stoked on it, so why am I should probably just get into it.
Here's the thing for me. I'm not going to get into it like I'm a diehard fan, but it's also they get enough big names, like enough big soccer names that you're like, man, I remember when this guy was playing in the Premier League like 5 years ago, and it's like
that stuff is super fun.
Like Nani was playing in there, and it's like, okay, like he ended his career in like Australia, and now he's playing in TST. Like, welcome.
No,
back.
Totally. It's honestly, it's the fact that I can talk about a former guest on my stupid little podcast winning the Golden Boot for the women's tournament.
Well, it's like I was a part of a press conference 3-4 years ago with Chris Richards when he was at Hoffenheim.
Yeah.
And so I got to interview him a little bit.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And then like now U.S. men's national team captain, Legion FC investor.
Oh my God.
Is the game on?
Yes. Nico Brett outside of the foot struck the left post.
I think Nico's starting.
Yeah, I think Shipman was off his line. A defender for Madison tried to back pass to Shipman. Is it Shipman even starting? Is it Shipman? It must be Shipman. Oh my God. And it was a mistake, and he scuffed it, and Brett got to it, hit it with the outside of his foot, but it struck the left post.
Yeah, Shipman.
God dang it.
Okay, but no.
Will scored in the first minute.
What I was going to tell you, with the off the line, the goalkeeper caught off the line.
The stupid goals, yeah.
Okay, so on one hand, I kind of hate it. On the other hand, I think it's more or less a product of modern football, of having to have the goalkeeper play further out than you used to. And it's not even like a sweeper keeper. We're playing as we have like a Coque Vegas, or even Lalo Delgado did a little bit. I'm trying to think of another good League One example. But either way, like we're playing as our goalkeeper as a midfielder, right? Because Bert Shipman is not that. But he definitely plays a lot more north than old keepers, traditional keepers who would just stand on the 18. So if there was a dispossession, I think that's a little bit on coaches, just to be honest. Because a lot of people just say, why is the goalkeeper there? And it's because the coach told him to. The amount of times that you're actually going to get beat from halfway, the amount of times that ball is going to be well enough on target with enough air to beat you is not often. But I think that League One players specifically, because we've seen it like 3 times in League One this year, at that in Jaeger Cup, of like the talent of League One of strikers and midfielders is good enough to take advantage now when it used to not be. As there's a nice little cross in,
yeah,
just missed.
Be right back.
As it's just me again. Man, we are just 15 minutes away from having our first ever playoff champion. Again, I'm a Carolina Ascent truther. As this kid's still rocking the traditional grip, I love it for you, Tampa Bay Sun kid. I do. I love it for you. I want to be on the river outside the stadium so bad. If we could do a live show from the river, I don't know how we get internet. It's fine. Fort Lauderdale with a dangerous free kick now. Staying on the outside. The box in, everybody's on top of that penalty spot. That's where she's going to try to drop this one into. It's a good spot. It's dangerous. It is now just going to trickle out for, I believe, a goal kick. Almost makes it a throw in, as we are in the 106th minute and 44th second. So if you're trying to line it up, we're right here. Benji had to kind of drop out for a second. I do believe that he'll be back. So we will see on that. But what a moment we got earlier with Flu getting her goal. Orcus now standing over the ball on a goal kick. And she goes long because we are winning. We don't need to build from the back. Although as direct as the Tampa Bay Sun are, I don't really know why they choose to play short. I don't know, unless they just don't believe that she has the leg to go long. Although I've seen her get some serious airtime on our goal kicks before, as we are getting a cramp. Oh my gosh. You can see it. Oh, man. If you're watching this match, you saw the cramp. Oh. Ow. Yeah, no. See, when I did the League Two tryout, I got a cramp in my hamstring. And Like, it wasn't even a bad cramp. It was just like constantly just holding there. And it's been a long time since I felt that. It's been a long time since I've done anything like athletic enough to like feel that kind of just constant pressure or like constant cramping. And it was horrible. The fact that she was probably feeling it 20 million times, that like I could see the cramp in her hamstring. That was gross. Not like I'm actually disgusted, but man, that was crazy. Orcus now clearing the ball along, get away from danger. They can't score from their third, although Benji and I were just talking about that. Funny how that works. As my cat is sitting on my PlayStation. See if you can see this. See if I can turn this low enough. Can you see him? What are you doing? Hey, dummy. What are you doing? Bandito, ven aquí. All right. You said that. All right. How dumb. Welcome back, Benji.
Thank you, sir. Here, I got a friend who'd like to say hi to you. Come here, Mo. Don't be bashful.
Who you got?
Come here.
As Orcus is now down, cramping. Oh, heck yeah.
Mochi, say hi. I got a new webcam today. Right over here.
Oh, yeah. Very clear.
Mo,
looks good.
God dang it. Get over there. Look. Don't look at me. Look at Kayla. Can you say Bama? Say Bama.
Are you crazy?
You're not gonna say anything. You're useless.
Bandito, come here.
You are a useless boy.
Let me see if I can get Bandito. Hey, come here. Hey, dummy, come here. Yeah. All right.
All right. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna split screen on my second monitor.
All right. Got one of them. We got two.
Let me
This
watch.
is Bandito. He was a street cat. He was a kitten when my wife found him in the parking lot, like just a couple weeks old, and now he's whatever he is. He's
wedged his way into your life.
Yeah, he screams at 3 a.m. and he enjoys just being like pet like a dog. And I usually hate people that are like, my cat's like a dog, because I grew up with dogs. I'm like, no, if your cat is like a dog, it's a dog. Like, but he legit likes to be like pet like a dog does. Cracks me up.
That's funny.
Oh, Zulu, come here. Come here. Ow, no, you're being dumb. Here's the other one. Oh, Zulu.
One sec. I'm going back to my camera. I've got my 2 games up on split screen. Oh. You have 2 cats?
Yep.
Nice.
He was our first one. We went to the shelter to get him. He was not just found in a parking lot, although we were not sure where he was found, but not in our parking lot anyway.
We had 2, and they both passed away in the last couple of years.
I hate to hear that.
And now we have 2 dogs.
I always grew up with dogs. I never had a cat. So this is a new venture for me. I'm used to having them now, but I was like, how do you interact with a cat? Like, what do you do?
I love cats. I don't love cat fur, but I do love cats.
No, that's fair. As we are roughly about 9 minutes away from our first ever playoff champion in the Super League. Which I'm going to get your question. I'm going to get your answer on this, Benji.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the real champion? The playoffs or the Players' Shield?
I'm generally of the belief in this sport that I'm a whatever we call this Players' Shield thing in America. That's where I tend to land, because
got it.
Any team can get hot, ride some form, blah blah blah, but Carolina is the best team that I saw in the Super League this year, and I don't even think it wasn't super close. And that, by the way, that does not mean I think that there was some gulf between them and everybody else in terms of ability or whatever. but they just were so much consistently. Their identity was established early on. Phil Poole had them playing that very compact, high line.
Now Gordon. Ooh.
And now you're behind me again. Very effective pressure, and I just thought they were really, really good. So they deserved it. I mean, they deserve to be called the champion of this thing, and we can treat the playoffs like we would a cup. I'm not a big. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't like it when America has to like reinvent things. I'm perfectly fine with a model that has worked throughout the planet. But both are great, by the way. I'm not trying to take anything away, because there is something to be said for a knockout that happens after your regular season, quote unquote. So it's a different type of knockout, and I think it's whoever wins this, it's awesome. But I would not look back and go, "Oh, that was the year that Tampa Bay was the champion." I would not be that person. I would say they won the whatever they're going to call this, and Carolina won the whatever they call that thing. Are they calling it the Player Shield? That's what they're calling it, right?
It is that one is the Player Shield. Yeah.
And even the USL's calling it that? Okay. Or Supporters Shield.
That is literally etched into the trophy is blank Player Shield.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes.
The one that Carolina won?
Yes. And same thing goes for League One and the championship. Like all the professional leagues, their regular season champion. The President's Shield is the Player Shield.
Got it.
Yeah.
I wonder how, because it was in Tampa Bay, I'm kind of curious. I couldn't tell. Maybe you could tell, but I wonder how Amina's award was greeted in a stadium full of Tampa fans that all thought they had, if you listen to the official USL podcast, they had takes that there were like no fewer than 5 Tampa Bay players that were worthy of a Player of the Year, and I was just trying to hold back my laughter when I heard that.
I love Match Week, by the way. I'm a big fan of Match Week. I think they do an amazing job. But yeah, no, for me, it was like I have been spreading the Amina Ekic propaganda as Fort Lauderdale has a really good chance to dribble to the touchline, dribble in, can't quite make it to the middle of the box. But I've been spreading the Amina Ekic propaganda since roughly around February. And I was just like, because before that, I was a Mesa person. I thought Mesa was the best player in the league before that. But after Mesa,
oh my God, that was really close, dude. Holy shit, Addie McCain, right? God, that was really close, bro.
Addie McCain.
Jesus. Oh, and what a touch, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
That's unbelievable.
I wish that had gone in. Dude, that is just fantastic. Such a great run.
She's so good.
And she's a player that was on my short list for sure.
Yes. Addie McCain, I'm trying to work through. Addie McCain, what's her name?
Allie Thornton.
Allie Thornton. I was like, it starts with the A. Yes,
yeah, but I even thought players, honestly, I know they'll never do it because they're going to go by too many counting stats, but I even thought players like Amber Brooks should have been in consideration.
Yes. Amber Brooke was great.
Just her importance, I think, too, to that team.
I was the only one that had Hendricks as like my defender of like the ball split. Like I had a vote on the ball split players, and I thought Hendricks was the best defender of any of them. And I was like, a lot of people were just kind of like, oh, a lot of clearances, a lot of or goals, and I'm like, personally, I think the film shows that like there are some players that are just a little bit higher than some of the big output. Granted, I'm also the same person that when we get our like MVP votes and stuff, I rarely ever pick the forward or the striker as the MVP or as like player
I'm
of
the
the
same
week.
way. I'm usually a midfielder guy.
For me, it's like if there is a good center back or a goalkeeper, if like there's a good goalkeeper or center back showing, I am giving them the award. Like For me, that's where it's at. I mean, in the championship, which in the end I do know the best because that's where my club is. As there's Fort Lauderdale.
I know. I'm
shot at Kane.
This is Fort Lauderdale's coming on strong here. They've got numbers forward here. They've been in the attacking third for a lot of these last 5 minutes. This is awesome.
Yes. But like guys like Aaron Malloy is never going to put up the counting stats, but he is the best player in all of the USL. Like Abukora is putting up a good showing, but like Aaron Malloy is the best player in the league. It's not close, but he's not going to have those weeks where he scores a hat trick or gets 3 assists. He's just so good. Grant, that's how I felt about Jordan Listro this year. I thought she was just really good all year long. Also, she gave us our first ever red card. That counts for something.
Totally. And that red card was deserved.
Very deserved. But also, like, we were, 20-something matches into a season?
That's
Meanwhile,
crazy.
the first week of League One had, 2, 3 red cards?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
down to the last few minutes here.
Last push. We will lose Juan David Torres. Yeah. Juan David Torres is also unbelievable. Yeah, him and Malloy in the same midfield is disgusting. Just so good. Nacello out, Flew out. Just put on big bodies, which is always scary because if Fort Lauderdale were to score and you go to penalties, boy, do you want those other players on. As they're getting a chance over the top, Bochum doesn't quite find it. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is awesome. No. I'm rooting for Fort Lauderdale right now. I'm currently in the process of being a Fort Lauderdale fan. 3 minutes of stoppage. Okay.
Oh, I've got it muted. Is that what they said?
It showed up on the screen at the very bottom. 3 minutes.
Okay.
Throw in for Fort Lauderdale. As we are 1 full minute into this, Bochum chasing down. Was she able to create? What's the call here, ref? Bochum disagrees with that. Are we calling foul? I do believe so. Like, I have no fight in this. Like, I'm not a fan of either team, so I can admit that I'm possibly biased here. I am absolutely rooting for Fort Lauderdale right now. I just want to see a goal. I want to see chaos.
I was going to say, the chaos is great. I just don't want to see penalties.
I don't like penalties ending a match.
But as long as at least we could say there'd been 2 goals that were scored from the run of play.
Yeah.
Or even from a set piece, you're right. I agree.
Like I need something. Woo. Good set piece from Spokane.
I know. Yeah, exactly. I was just saying the same thing. Derek Waldeck. Oh, Waldeck just got cooked.
Yeah, big time. Fort Lauderdale winning in the midfield. Over the top. This one gets over to... Ooh, that's a clear out. That has to be a foul to... Whoa, no way. That's not a foul?
Other direction. Oh, they're calling throw.
Throw. I disagree with that.
There it is.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
Oh, my God.
Front. Oh, no. Oh, when front flips go wrong.
Can I just reiterate? Not a fan. What are we doing?
It wasn't even in bounds.
That was... And then she didn't do it a second time. Bro.
Stick to your guns. You got to do the front flip again.
No.
You do it once, you got to do it twice.
No. Get it out of the game. Because then that happens, and that's going to get on the, not the top 10. Jesus.
Tampa Bay holding it up. We're seconds away from the
flip
Sun
throw
being your playoff champions.
that goes straight in the air is not what you want, and this doesn't even.
Fort Lauderdale trying to win it back. They do over the top.
Up. That's it.
Headed inward.
No.
And
Oh.
not quite.
That's it.
There's the
Tampa
Sun
Bay are
breaking
champions.
away, and that is it. The Tampa Bay Sun are your 2024-2025
Let's go.
Super League playoff champions. Fort Lauderdale could not slay two giants in their playoff run, but the Sun, in the home of USL HQ, in the home of the Sun, is the home of the first ever playoff champions. 1-0. Wow. What a match. And also, Spokane just got a goal. Congratulations.
What? Spoilers.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, let's go. Was it Nico?
No, it looks like Siobhan.
Siobhan John Brown. Let's go. Okay, back to Super League. Sorry.
Yeah.
I love Siobhan John Brown so much.
Congratulations to the Tampa Bay Sun. Second best team all year long in the league. Proves to be the best to withstand the last push from Fort Lauderdale.
Tampa Bay were a very good team. They were a very good team all year. They were good in the fall. They were good in the spring. No notes. Good job by them.
Yeah. What a match. The goal from Flu ends up just being electric, by the way, right in front of the home crowd as we are about to get a Gatorade dumping. It's bang. There it is. Got her. So, Benji, see you in August.
Yeah, dude. You better come to Spokane somehow. We'll do a GoFundMe. We'll get some people to throw in some coin. We'll put you up. We'll make it as affordable as possible. The travel package for the away days trip of Kaler and John Morrissey. Come on.
Birmingham to Spokane flights. Let me just. You know what?
I'm so stoked.
That's not as bad as I thought.
Siobhan John Brown, baby. I love that player so freaking much. So he just got called up by Grenada for a couple games and played very well, by the way. Created 6 chances, and one of them was player of the match. But it's great to see him score a goal. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Apparently, the flight from Birmingham to Spokane, not as bad as I thought.
$600? How much is it?
Round trip for me is 382.
Dude, come on. There's no way that John can't do as well from New York.
Well, you never know because there's random ones that just cost a lot. Let's see, NYC from all airports. Yeah, about 330.
What we have to do is make it count. Come and watch a Zephyr and Velocity game in the fall.
See, that's what we're trying to figure out with our trip up to Portland, Maine this summer.
Yeah.
We are trying to figure out because the next day, El Clamico, the Hartford versus Rhode Island match, is the next day, and you can hop on an Amtrak from Portland to Pawtucket.
Okay.
And you can do it all like at the same time. But I was like, I don't know. We'll see. So, all right, Benji, thank you so much.
Of course, man.
For hopping on, man.
It was a pleasure, brother.
Good luck. Good luck with the Zephyr.
Yep.
And good luck with the Velocity. Hopefully, looks like you have another promising attack going on right now. So
I tell you what, I'll come back on and talk Velocity with you guys for sure.
Love it. Hey, see you, man.
See you, man.
And thank you all so much for following along. There's been a couple of you who hopped on for the full 3 hours. You lived through my microphone debacle. I've given up. I just gave up. And congratulations to the Sun. Congratulations to the USL Super League. What a fun match. What a fun season. We can't wait for August. And we'll see you there. And until next watch along. See ya.
Thank you for watching another episode of the USL Show.
The USL Show is now proudly part of the Protagonist podcast family. Please go to protagonistsoccer.com to check out more work. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see everyone again next time.